Life's stressful. I was just, I was really doing my chest. Everything's just furry. And I'm like, all right, tired of this. So I get in the shower. I'm shaving. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shave the balls and everything. I'm going hard. So I get everything down to a slick. I even go against the grain.
Oh my God!
Just on some parts to get it like baby.
That hurts a little bit.
Sucks. Yeah. It got
yeah.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
This girl, I used to hook up with her. Well, anyways, we kind of fell out of touch. She's a little weird anyway. And I had these two girls lined up. The both girls canceled on me. So she shows up and she has gained like 80 pounds.
She gets up and you're like, here, put the Spider-Man mask on. I've always had a real kink for this.
I love Spider-Man. Yeah, you take it, Spider-Man. See, and they already do it to me right now in the chat. I see it. Where is it at? Look, it's in Enrico. It says, you like swamp. No, that's not what I'm saying, you motherfucker. I'm saying a little. I would be in Vegas right now getting shot on by like 9 dudes. Here's like, for like $2,000, bro. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You gonna on me? What the fuck is going on?
I'd be going crazy. I'd have an OnlyFans because your boy wants a Ferrari. I don't know how I get it. I wonder if it worked. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I forgot that I changed all my audio stuff around because I've been playing like video games for the first time in a long time, and none of it works like how I use it with my actual interface. And I was like, no one's definitely going to be able to hear this intro at all. And I guess they heard it. So it's great. So welcome to the 7th episode of the Camel Thoughts with Zia Land. And our guest today is CHRISSIE MAYR. Ooh.
Thank you. Am I the first pregnant camel thought?
Oh, yeah.
On the show?
Yes. You were also the first that he's ever sang the name of when he introed you. That was special.
Yeah.
You're special.
Yes.
I feel special. And by special, I mean bloated.
Yes. I'm just so excited. Saturday's the show. It's the show I look forward to. And although I have a lot of guests lined up, I was having trouble for a while there because Twitter was like the bane of my existence. But now it's all good. And been just going left and right. I have a lot of really cool guests lined up. But today is going to be the show of the damn century because we got pregnant CHRISSIE MAYR, which is even better than normal CHRISSIE MAYR.
CHRISSIE, I have to tell you.
Classier, yes.
Your boobs are just looking more and more giant every time I see you. They're huge.
Oh my God.
They are, and
They're
this is not
so
even
big.
a push-up bra. Like I used to just go everyday push-up bra. No, I'm already
You don't even need it now.
I'm already of a cup size, and I'm only halfway there. So
It's gonna get
pretty cray.
My
I'm
stepmom,
jealous.
when she got pregnant with my little brother, her boobs were, I'm not even exaggerating, like the size of my head. They were the biggest boobs I think I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, what happened?
Other things are getting bigger too, but the camera is just stopping here. So
But yeah, how does it feel? Like, are you getting any cravings yet? Are you starting to notice any changes?
It's like it just looks like
Look at the bump!
like this is me sucking in. This is me not sucking.
That's so cute.
Just like go. I have the same problem.
Who even knows if this is a baby or this is just the result of eating bread and sugar again? Who even knows?
Like,
That's
I've
true.
just been eating a lot of burritos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a kick or is it Chipotle? I don't know.
See, I feel like women make the mistake of being like, well, I'm pregnant now. So that 25 pounds that women should gain, they actually gain 200 because they're like, fuck it.
Oh,
Right.
and then because I don't want that. I don't want to be a 180 pounder. But you talk to the women who have gotten up to that level, and they go, "Oh, it's genetic. You can't control how much weight you gain when you're pregnant. Sometimes it's just about how you carry the copium, the fat pregnant copium that I've been hearing from some of these gals. Like, oh, it's out of my control. Oh, it's the ancestors. I'm like, I want to be like, what are you eating?
It's the ancestors. That was, oh my God. Actually, someone sent me this post and it made me laugh so fucking hard because I was like, this is the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life. But it showed like you wouldn't you aren't able to turn a big dog into a little dog. Like it showed a big Rottweiler and a little dog. So why would you try to turn, and it was like a big black lady into like a thin black
Hold on.
lady.
Am I the big dog or the little dog? I don't want to be
It's like
any dog.
They're different species of
They're
dog.
different. Yeah, that's not how that works. Like
Yeah.
you're saying because a girl is fat, she can't be skinny because you can't turn a big dog into a little dog. Like the whole thing didn't make any sense to me. And I was like, this is why I hate everyone. I hate everyone.
Yeah, it's the fats. And they think, dude, the genetic argument blows my asshole because like my entire family are fat, right? And I thought I was just destined to be fat. And then one day I was like, I'm going to start working out and eating right. And I'm going to do it for 6 months. And I don't know why I did this. And I got so scrawny. I was like 140 pounds.
Oh my God.
I was real little. I had abs, though. It was great. And that's when I started weight training. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And that's why I started doing it every year and I lose 30 pounds a year, every year.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow,
oh,
that's like a lot.
yeah, so you just diet. And I'm like, all these fat motherfuckers, they go like 3 or 4 days. This is what happens. These bastards the size of Boogie. They'll go on their diet. They'll be like, they'll be real good for 4 days. And they'll step on the scale and it either goes up or doesn't change. And they're like, I quit. I can't lose weight. I'm like, bitch, it takes like 30 days for your body to even recognize that it needs to start burning your excess freaking gelatinous before you get any energy from it, you dumb bastard. They're stupid as hell. You just gotta diet, bro. All you gotta do is diet.
I sent it to you. Yeah, people also don't understand how simple energy transference works, which also just like drives me absolutely insane. They're like, well, what it happens is if you drink a diet soda, your body recognizes it as regular sugar. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's not how that works.
No. Tell them to kill themselves.
The easiest way, and I was I've always been kind of a fat. Like I was on every diet ever. I've been on every single diet throughout all of my 20s. And the easiest and cheapest way is just don't eat till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Have like wake up, do a fasted workout in the morning. And then don't eat till like 2. This is what got me down the leanest. And I was doing like carnivore / messy keto. So like no bread, no sugar, obviously no candy, obviously none of that. Like cereal, it's just you're living on protein. I was doing egg bites from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Black coffee, half and half. That's it. And like a steak or a chicken, and really just no bread, no fruit at all. And I was like, but fruit is healthy, and it's like your body doesn't care. Your body knows. Yeah,
everything she's saying is correct as hell. And I just turned it up to like 10 because I'm weird. Because psychologically,
work out like you hate yourself, and then you'll get there.
Yeah, basically all you have to do is not get into those weird routines, which is what I did when I was a fat. I would just drink a soda every time my soda was empty. I would just grab another. And back when I was a teenager, and also like every night before I went to bed, I always ate like a bowl of cereal, like every single night, like a big fat motherfucker, like just the biggest one from the well. And I just stopped doing that, and I got down to probably 150 when I was 17 because I stopped drinking soda and stopped eating cereal. I still ate pizza every day. Lost like 100 pounds. And
this is what's annoying about you men is like you just stop drinking soda and go to the bathroom once and you lose 20 pounds. Like it takes so little for men to lose weight.
Because they're so much bigger than us and they have more muscle. And so that's why like my biggest advice for any woman that's really looking to change her body is to lift weights and lift weights fucking heavy. Because the more muscle you have, the more calories your body's going to burn at rest, which means the more food you get to eat. Fuck yes. So like it makes it so much easier. And it took me so long to figure that out and finally get to the point where I'd stopped starving myself and doing cardio like an idiot.
Dude, speaking of idiots, Billy Hatcher, look at this madman. Look at this madman right here. It says we got 2 girls and a gay tonight. I was hoping to see Nick as well, but I guess this is fine.
Well, if Nick came on, we'd have 2 girls and 2 gays. It'd be so fun.
I have a question. Did anyone hear that?
What?
The music just now.
I did.
Holy shit, that's so weird. I can't hear it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm still ironing out the new audio stuff. Yeah, you guys were both doing this, and I was like, something I can't hear nothing.
I hope you're calling Camelot gay and not my unborn son, because
Yeah.
we won't have that in our house.
She's like, that fetus won't be in here for much longer.
Yeah.
Thank you,
No
Billy.
son of mine's gonna be gay. That's
Billy's
why
goated.
gotta make sure you. That's why they tell you when you're working out, when you're pregnant, you gotta keep your heart rate under 150 beats per minute, because if it goes above that, the baby will be gay.
Oh, that's how the gays are born?
That's how gays are made.
I thought you just beat it into them. I don't know. And then you got to beat it out of them later.
Or if you listen to a lot of show tunes in utero, that's no good.
Maybe that's why I hate musicals.
Yeah. No. Billy Hatcher, I love you. I appreciate you. Speaking of Billy Hatcher, we got Johan Noxos, my boy. Look at this man. Johan!
Hi, Johan!
You're officially never, ever again allowed to say that I treat you different than Zia. You're both goobers and I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
We love you, Johan, so much.
Finally, redemption. Johan joins the party of the Red Boys today. Billy Hatcher with 200. Huge drop from my boy. Thank you so much, man.
You should do, Camelot. You should make merch like a red t-shirt that says Red Boy, a pink t-shirt that says Pink Boy. I mean, they're all going to look pretty gay, but I think it'll be fun.
And then the Red Boy one cost $99.99. There you go.
Whoa. But you have to send me one for free that's cropped to like here, and I'll just wear it.
Bitch boy. Johan, I love you. I appreciate you. You're goated. Thank you so much, my friend. You're the man. Real quick, Western Civilization says, saw an Audi R8 today. Thought of you, Confederate Orange. The Confederate Orange ones are easily my favorite, and I've never seen one for sale. Mine's black.
You not painted yours Confederate Orange?
Because you can't just change the paint.
What? Why not? Isn't that the whole? You paint your car whatever color
you want it to be the same paint that is on the VIN number. Like when you you don't paint a supercar, bro.
Okay, all right. Well, excuse me.
That's the thing. I would trust me. I would if it was worthless. Western Civilization, I love you, dude. Thank you so much, and thank you, Johan, again, and Billy Hatcher, you freaking maniacs. Patrick says, what's happening on the medical stretch mark front these days?
Who are we asking?
I don't know. Is he talking about where you cut the vaginal opening?
Me, because I'm not doing that. I'm not signing up for this.
Medical stretch mark.
I have a regime of various serums, oils, and creams from pregnant friends of the past who says if you do these, if you just basically become a grease ball, oil yourself up like a Thanksgiving turkey, you won't have stretch marks. You just gotta stay lubed.
Worth it. Worth it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Patrick. I love you. I appreciate you. Rokada Law. Nick says, I know exactly why you wouldn't turn a fat black woman into a thin white woman.
I found the meme and I sent it to you, Cody, and Twitter. It's so dumb. It makes me so mad.
Also, you can't do that because who would work at the DMV?
Who would be angry at me? Who would be angry at me every day? Oh my god. Yeah, it's like who would be angry at me all day? Like it would have to be a black woman at the DMV, which to be fair, they're always nice to me, but it could be Alabama.
It could just be because you're a sexy white man in there.
I don't think do they like sexy white men? I
don't know. I gotta be honest with you. My knowledge of black people is very limited. There really aren't any in Hawaii.
They stay away from me generally. I don't know why.
They're trying to replace you. Red hair. It's over.
Yeah.
It's this right here. It says you wouldn't expect to turn this into this by diet and exercise.
Like what the fuck are you?
A terrible example. First of all, if the second black woman was like half the height, then that would make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it should be whatever that is. What is that? Rottweiler to maybe a greyhound, because they're both dogs of size, but the greyhound's real lean.
Yeah.
That would be a better dog comparison.
Yeah. Imagine you just don't feed your Rottweiler for like a couple weeks and then it's just a Chihuahua now. That's not how that works. It doesn't make any damn sense. Thank you, Nick. He's the man. Z, you look beautiful, and you're at 6.82 subs. Hugs.
Thank you, Saw.
Thank you, Saw.
Thank you, Saw. 6.82. This is very exciting.
You're so close.
I'm getting closer and closer to 10K. That is my goal.
Hell yeah.
I mean, more than that. But
my goal is 100K. I'm 11,000 away from 100K.
You're so close.
Oh, Oh, everybody go sub to Chrissy right now.
Yeah, you and drunk 3PO every day. Every other day I check it. I'm like waiting patiently to get there. Wookie be bad. My boy says, "Yay, it's Chrissy. This show just got classier. See you in Tampa, Chrissy."
Yes, I didn't know you were a tampon Wookie.
Thank you, Wookie. Love you. Appreciate you. You doing a show in Tampa?
Yes, December 3rd.
Oh
at
my
the Side
God.
Splitters Comedy Club.
Ooh.
Hell
I
yeah.
love Tampa.
That's
in like 2 weeks.
I don't know if I've been to Tampa. Have I been to Tampa? I don't even remember if I've been to Tampa or not.
I've never been to the state of Florida.
What?
Florida.
Tampa people, it's obviously classic Florida, but people who live in Tampa, let me tell you, they are all kinkier and all hornier. They're all, there's something wrong with all of them. Like I think I polled the audience. I was like, "Oh, how many of you guys have met your significant other at an orgy or something?" And it was like a third to half the it was I was like, what is in the water here?
Oh,
Why are they having so many orgies down there?
They're all animals. In
lawless.
Tampa.
Lawless. Dude, look, I'm gonna be honest.
Would you go to an orgy?
I don't think so. I would facilitate my own and with like max 3 women. Max. I can't that
doesn't count as an orgy.
I don't think you can, if you were going to disappoint 3 or more women, that would take a toll on yourself.
Yeah. So I need to I just need 3, run through them 27 minutes, like maybe 27 seconds, depends. And be done with it. And I could never see a girl that I ended up like being in a relationship with get ran through by like 9 black dudes. Not happening.
Are all orgies just all black dudes?
Probably. What about 8?
They have regular orgies.
Yeah. No. What if there's an orgy that says a sign that says no blacks? Would you go to that one?
I might. I might. You know, there's something.
A white
wrong.
orgy is just called a study group.
There's something just wrong. I don't know, man. Something wrong about it. Whenever I watch porn and the black dude walks in, I'm like, something wrong with this. I don't like this. Maybe ingrained from like my ancestors.
Racist.
I think you mean I think you mean ingrained.
I can't help it, man. No, it's a joke. Patrick T.
Ingrained is what they call brown rice. Sorry.
Damn. Thanks. I appreciate that. Patrick T says Chrissy does movie reviews and watches movies like a black person. Is that normal?
True. I do shout a lot during movies.
Oh no, you're one of those.
I go, look out! Yeah, that's me.
You do the thing.
Popcorn. Take a phone call.
You do the thing where like something pops up on the screen and then you go, oh hell no.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I did
God.
that once by accident, but it was just because I was really high and I didn't realize I was just so high I forgot where I was, and there was like a really silent part in the movie and a bear came on the screen, and for some reason I was like, a bear, but it was like dead quiet in the theater, and then everybody turned around and looked at me and I was like, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my God, dude, I'll never forget that time that I made a mistake. I made the biggest mistake a young white boy can make, and that's going to a damn Medea film. I went and saw a Medea film in theaters, and of course, like the bad guy was like a white guy or something, or a white girl. Like this black dude was like marrying a white girl, and the whole time, which is every Tyler Perry story, the entire time he was like the girl was like messing with him and like using him for something because he had like money and like cheating on him, and at the very end, like he ends up finding out, and then like one of his like I think it was like his black sister beat the hell out of her, and then he beat the hell out of her, and the whole fucking theater was like, yeah, kill that bitch, kill that white bitch. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm a white bitch, kind of like.
You're definitely a white bitch.
Oh no,
I would be scared to be in that theater. I'd have to go.
I was like, oh Jesus Christ, they're gonna get me. They're gonna look back here and be like, oh, there's one of them, get him. But no, please, I love black people. Don't hurt me, please. You know, I love the porn. I was just kidding. Patrick, I love you. Thank you, my friend. Holy Ozo, my boy, Rob, the man himself. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back, my friend. Matt Amos says a white orgy is called band camp. Yeah, I never went to those. I feel real bad. Man, nothing would have gave me more life as a fat teenager than going to band camp and getting to smash the autistic girls. But I never did.
This one time at band camp, I didn't either.
What instruments do the autistic girls play?
They play the ones that take like no skill. Like
the recorder.
Any of the horn ones.
Triangle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. They always got the little pot belly. Yeah. But that's what I was into back in the day. I'll never forget. I'll go look at pictures of me in high school, and like I remember the girls I had crushes on, and they were goblins. But why did I think these girls were so hot?
I do the same thing. There were like guys that I had huge crushes on in like elementary and middle school, and I look back and I'm like, oh God, what the fuck was I thinking?
Swag.
They had what?
They had swag.
Swag. Yeah.
I think it's just because you get to know them, and also I was a fat white kid and desperate for sex. You know, because when you're a boy and you're 14, you're like, I'm in love because pheromones, right? You're like, you get completely tricked. When you're a kid, when you're a growing, budding young man, a girl walks by and she's like, nice shirt. You're like, I'll marry this woman. But it's in actuality, it's just you want to dick her down, right? Yeah. You get older and you get more experience, and you realize that's what you're experiencing every time. And then once you dick them down, you're fine. You don't have to talk to them anymore. Dude, I have literally, no, Zia, I have literally had a girl come that was beautiful, awesome, talked to her all the time. She came over to my house. I was so excited. I freaking dumped a load, and like the second my load like left, I was like, I never want to see this girl again. Because we didn't jive. We just didn't jive.
Yeah. But that happens all the time. I've definitely slept with guys where I'm like, well, that was enough.
Camelot, after hearing you say that, and so bearing that in mind, and then you think about the teachers out there that are boning middle school, high school kids. That makes them kind of extra diabolical, because it's like shooting fish in first of all, it's wrong, but it's also you're shooting fish in a barrel. Like, you are so taking advantage.
Oh my God,
like, these are teenagers, dude. Okay.
Oh, all you have to say, Chrissy, there's Jessica. She's sitting in front row. She got a decent body. She's 15. You're a creepy old guy. You just like walk up to her after class and you're like, oh, you're not like the other kids in here. You're really smart. You're an actual intellectual and individual. I'm really impressed. That girl's like, I want this 40-year-old guy to fuck me.
No, all you have to do is tell her that she's very mature for her
That's
age.
it.
That's what it is.
That's it. Every time. Mm-hmm. I remember being 14 thinking 20 was so old.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Well, because it is. Imagine knowing a 20-year-old dating a 14-year-old. You'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's disgusting.
Well, to be fair, it's still old for like Leonardo DiCaprio. So at least there's that. It's still a little too old. Still a little too old. Sounds of Sushi says, greetings from Guam. Currently on deployment. I love you, 403s. Thank you. It's 304s, bro. What's up?
It is 304s.
Dyslexia. Thank you, Sounds of Sushi. I appreciate you for your orange boy. We are officially, by the way, halfway to Naked Snake, Naked Zia, and I think that might be in record time right there.
That's insane.
22 minutes.
We just started.
22 minutes.
It's
halfway.
Chrissy and her boobs.
It's Chrissy's big old fat mama boobies.
That's what I'm maintaining. Yep.
It's not fair.
It's because I showed my stomach before. That's definitely crushing.
Especially like the part where it came out. Everybody's like, oh, fuck.
I'm having trouble fitting into my pants.
It made my balls quake. Love it. Love that shit. When a girl lets her gut.
I really just look like how I looked before I started like dieting and exercising. It's
Except that all the weight that you've gained is in your uterus.
Yeah.
It's just in this one spot right here.
I'm building an apartment for my squatter.
Yeah.
It's not fair, because for a man, you have to go to the gym for like 10 years, bench press, do flies, and take steroids to get giant titties. For a woman, you just let a dude fill you up with baby gravy, and then all of a sudden your tits like, wee.
Or just buy a padded bra.
I was just gonna say, or you go get surgery. They cut into you. They stuff some stuff in there.
A bunch of old tissues. Just put.
That's what I used to do before I could afford surgery.
TJ says, I moved to Florida about 3 months after a couple years in prison. Hot damn, I love Florida girls. They all F. Definitely recommend moving to Florida after a prison stint. Oh, yeah. Damn, son. Florida? God. Wide old hose in Florida. What the hell's going on with Florida, man?
Not sending my sister there.
Thank you, TJ. What, you get to send your sister to places?
Well, I mean, when she gets out of prison, we got to find a good place for her. I feel like I got to
out of prison.
I think like 2025. So she's still got a ways to go, but it is coming up. So I feel like I need to confer with my father and be like, Dad, what are we going to do with this girl?
How long was her sentence?
Like 5 years, I think. Or a little over 5.
Did she gain any skills in prison?
She got her GED. which is
Okay.
exciting. And she's taking
Nice.
some college classes.
Nice.
She worked in the cafeteria, and now
Nice.
I think she picks up trash on the side of the road. You know, when you see
Okay.
the so
Stab it.
she's
That's nice. Yeah.
she's
That's
doing some
more than
stuff.
the immigrants are doing. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's productive.
At least she's being a member of society
Yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah. All the immigrants are doing in like Europe is protesting, which is gay.
Wait,
dude, go do a
immigrants are
job.
protesting in Europe?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
all they do. Like, have you seen London in the last like 4 years? It's just like the entire London Bridge is just shoulder to shoulder with people protesting about a different thing that immigrants need. And I'm like, no, how about you eat my ass? You came here to get a check. Leave me alone. I'm moving to a rural place. That's what I do. I'm in the rural place. And there was still a guy over at the CVS protesting for Palestine. Like in my tiny ass place I live, the dude up there by himself, like a white dude with glasses, bald, protesting like for Palestine. I'm like, no one. What are you doing? Like, go to the college or something to do this. What are you doing?
I saw that too here. I went to Princeton, and for anyone who doesn't know New Jersey, Princeton is a really, really rich, very nice town because it has the Princeton University. And the town is fucking adorable. I love going there and walking around. When you go during Christmas, especially, it looks like a goddamn Christmas card. It's beautiful.
Oh.
But I went there, and there were like, I don't know, 30 or 40 or 50 people on the Palestine side, like yelling and with their signs and everything. And there were like 4 Jews on the other side for Israel.
Yeah.
And there was like one cop standing in the middle. But I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, what the fuck do they think this is accomplishing exactly?
Yeah. Look, Zia, I don't know about you, but every 6 years-ish, I feel like this happens and then everybody forgot. Like I feel like
it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, like every
it has
6 years
nothing to do with the election. No.
Something like this is always going on. Oh my gosh. I for one am excited more than I've ever been for an election season. And the only reason I don't even follow this shit, but I just think the memes are gonna be runneth over. Oh God, I'm excited. It's gonna be the craziest shit. Just the memes. And I just hope I do hope that Trump comes in and just nails everybody to the wall. And it's just the funniest shit we've ever seen. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Anything would be better than this.
Anything, please, God. Every time I go to the freaking grocery store, it's like $300. Power Taco says, I've seen some big milkers, but holy cow, Cody puts these girls to shame. Thank you, Power Taco. I appreciate that. It's all the steroids. You just put them in everything. You make some biscuits, you inject steroids into them, eat the biscuit. Easy.
Oh.
Thank you, Power Taco. That's what I do. I mean, that's what I could get you. I could get you some steroid biscuit mix. It's really cheap.
It's gonna be your jizz. You're gonna be like, this is steroids.
Yes. Oh, it's like that one that one anime redo of Hitler. Oh my God. That Nick made me watch. This guy convinces all the I think it's actually true too in the show, but he's like, I have to like have sex with you and just fill you full of my load, and it makes you more powerful in the anime. And I think it actually does. Like the girls are like, I feel the power, and he's like just dumping loads in them. Like
if that gave me power, I'd let an anime guy dump loads in me.
Same. Like, dude, if I can get bigger muscles.
If that were true, I'd be president by now.
Imagine all the girls coming down the street just jacked.
Rule the world.
I would vote for you. I would, any world that you ruled, I would be a part of. That sounds wonderful. Can we make that happen somehow?
Oh no, I think we should repeal the 19th. Ricada Law says challenge mode.
Girl.
Fat between every super chat Cody reads. If you finish every time, you die. Blessed release from taxes. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you so much, my boy, my man. I hope you get feeling better. I know you've been sick as hell. And Western Civilization says to me lay sha mi za is French for off with the shirt. Thank you, Western Civilization. I'll pull that back up when I rip my shirt off. So somebody made a super chat, and I wasn't going to talk about this because I totally forgot, but I would like to mention it real quick. So there is a movie, and I could never go and buy tickets for this movie. But this movie is called The American. Wait, is it called? No, it's the American Society of Magical Negroes. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it comes out. It comes out it's supposed to come out March 24th of next year.
Yeah.
And also, there's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. I think in May
at the same time.
Oh,
Coincidence?
I know.
Oh, what the?
I know. They're going to compete with one another.
Whoa! Hold on. Okay, Jesus Christ. No, okay, so it's called the American Society of Magical Negroes. And I'm just thinking to myself, I go into the theater, I got a hot honey on my arm. We walk in, I walk up to the counter, black dude working, right? And I'm like, hey man, can I get 2 for Magical Negroes? And I'm just like, I'm gonna get jumped to get my ass beat, aren't I?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's why they did it, just so they could kick white people's asses everywhere for buying movie tickets.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. I feel it coming. I fucking feel it coming. Oh man, Rakela Law says 500 dudes just picked up cosplay after Zia said that bit about the anime dude.
Yeah, but your jizz has to make me powerful, otherwise it's a no-go.
You can convince women of that. Look at freaking Charles Manson.
That's a good point.
Easy. That dude had like 9 like 16-year-old girls he was dumping loads in at 30 something.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'm the savior. I'm gonna come. I'm bringing you in. Come in, you asshole. And they're like, yeah, this is great. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Come on now. It's just because he was charming, which is weird because he wasn't. I feel like they were just high and he talked really spacey, and they're like, wow, he's so smart. And he was like, yeah, y'all are real mature for your age. Yeah, and they're like, oh fuck, this is all I need, baby. Come on, please.
That's all it is.
More. Yes. So anyways, long intro there, but we are talking about the Marvels and Hunger Games bombing. Bro, I said this before anybody else said this, and I don't really talk about this stuff too much, but I said the Marvels wouldn't even make $100 million like months ago. And it looks like it's very possible it will not make $100 million domestically.
Oh, I hope so.
Holy shit.
Chrissy, did you see it?
I did. It was bad. I was
knew it.
sort of endeared by the Indian gal. Like, she was Indian,
Yeah.
not too Indian.
Yeah.
It again, this did not need to be a Marvel film by any means. They should have just made it like 3 random chicks being superheroes. So if you consider the fact that like they made a lot considering what it was, the plot, the writing, they made what they made because they coasted off the Marvel name.
Yeah, but
that's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that everybody likes that one girl, Imani or whatever. Like, she seems, people liked her show. Even people that have been sick of Marvel for a long time actually liked her one show on Disney Plus and say that she was like kind of the best thing about the movie. But this was one of those I just couldn't even bring myself to watch it. I had to just skip it.
Yeah, she actually made a statement. Amon, whatever her last name is.
Yeah.
She made a statement that she's not upset about the box office because it's not within her control. Right. And she was just happy. She was happy to be involved, and she was happy with the movie, which is the best response. Like her. It's the best response possible. Instead of saying,
that's why people like her.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Everybody else is just like, yeah, you hate black people, and I'm like, what? Wait, Monica. I don't even care about Monica Rambeau. Who the hell is she, by the way? But still, also, who cares about any of these people and this movie and this universe? And it's like, you just hate black people, or you're a bigot. And I'm like, none of this has to do with anything. Just the movie is shit. It's shit. That's the whole point.
And hiring Brie Larson was just a mistake. That was I don't. People keep saying she's a good actress. I haven't really seen her in anything else, but she is just wooden trash as Captain Marvel. It's not good. And then I don't know if it's them telling her the stuff that to say, out in the real world, but every time she opens her mouth, she says something stupider than the last time. And it's so fucking annoying.
And I think, well, obviously it was in her contract that they needed to do a second movie, and it was put off. It was going to be they changed the name from just being about Brie to now it being the Marvels, plural, thinking the intersectionality would save the film, but of course it did not. And I think this is just nail in the coffin for Brie Larson. It's confirmed. No, she just can't sell tickets.
Yeah. Simple. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank
and
God
the thing is, I don't understand why anybody was surprised that an 80% demographic of men did not want to see a movie about 3 women like being goofy and having girl power and not having any faults. Like, come on, no one wants to see that shit.
No, and let me tell you right now, and it's not because I don't for a second think it's because men hate women and don't want to see women, because have you ever seen the X-Men, the animated series in the 90s? That was, at one point they could have just called that the X-Women, because there were so many female characters, but there were interesting stories. They were flawed characters. They were great characters. And all little boys watch that show and fucking love that show. No one has a bad thing to say about that. If you took that and made it live action, but did exactly that, but live action, every guy would go see it and be like, fuck yes.
We are biological creatures, right? even a child knows that women, if there is anything we can say in the unanimous, yeah, there you go. If there is anything that anyone can agree on, especially children, is that the one thing that all women have is faults. But they write all these movies and all these women have no drawbacks, no faults. I'm like, bitch, every woman I've ever met. Every woman I've ever met.
Every person.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Mainly women. Mainly every
mostly
woman.
women, some men.
I mean, men, yeah, but men is like it's like physical fault. It's like they're a little short, maybe they're a little fat, maybe they're a little insecure. Women are like, yeah, I'm on 9 SSRIs. I'm like, oh, of course you are. Every time. You're crazy bitches.
I heard you can't come when you're on those. Not worth it.
Well, it depends. I used to hook up with a girl that could not come if she was on ibuprofen.
What?
Yeah, she's like, I have a headache, and I'm like, take ibuprofen. She's like, well, I can't come if I do that, and I'm like, okay.
So much of it is in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. I don't think that's a real thing.
Yeah. No, that's the thing I've told girls, like girls that claim they've never came or whatever from intercourse or like from penis inside vaginal sex, and I'm like, I think you're too in your head about it. Like you gotta lay back, you gotta relax, go to some place in your head and just let it happen. Let all your muscles relax and just get wrecked. You know, sensually. Kiss them on the face.
And also like don't be hard on yourself for how long it's taking. If you're a person that takes a while, you just have to stop judging yourself. Easier said than done.
But if you stress about it, then it's going to be harder and it's going to take even longer. So that is true.
Yeah. You just gotta let it happen. Just let go. Just let the gravy go. But speaking of gravy, why do women like it when dudes unleash the gravy inside of them?
Some do, some don't. I was always afraid of that.
Afraid, but
I never let that happen until I was a wife.
But when you're a wife, did it jazz you a little when it was happening?
There's something kind of cool about not having to worry about it. Like it's cool being like, oh, because I was always smart and I would always know, like we would always know the right time to do that of the month. So it's cool, like not worrying about. I mean, it's cool knowing your cycle and knowing when you can get away with it and when you can't, which is something all women need to know before they go on hormonal birth control that will fuck up your mood and probably your reproductive system.
Fuck birth control.
Yeah.
Birth control is trash.
It's not worth it. You can only get pregnant, 4 or 5 days a month? Just figure out when those days are. And then don't be a hoe those days.
Dude, I've had women tell me, and the only reason I say this is because it was very common that they're like the thing that they just love the most is when dudes just
because it's naughty.
Unleashed.
Because it's naughty, but also I'll say this: when the guy comes is like my favorite part. I don't know what it is. I just love it, especially if they're very vocal. And when they finish it, well, maybe not like they're having a seizure, but you know,
it's a huge compliment. You're like, yeah, I did that. I made that happen. I broke the dam. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Some women don't want to swallow it.
To be fair,
I'm not one of those women, but some don't.
To be fair,
no,
Chrissy,
you got it. It's less mess.
To be fair, Chrissy, if trees had a wet top, like floppy slobber pocket on them, we'd fuck those, and it would be great. You know, that's not really a big accomplishment. Every girl that's had a slobbery pocket, like it doesn't. I'm good.
Yeah,
thank goodness kangaroos are so fast.
No, like for real, there was only been one occasion ever where it was like kind of hard, and it was because the girl smelled like a hot burning trash. Like after she took her undies off, I was like, "Oh shit!" I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wait, you say it smelled like hot burning trash?
Yeah, like she had something going on. Something was infected. I don't know, man. It was rough.
Oh no.
It was rough. So I wrapped that bitch like double wrapped it like a damn Walmart bag of milk and gave it a couple pumps and then was like, oh, wow, I'm done. And then I stopped. It was awful.
That sounds terrible.
She's dead now.
What?
Yeah, she died. She got shot in the face, man. It's crazy.
I was about to ask, what did the infection? No.
Okay, so I kind of followed her on Facebook for years, but she was dating this like thug ass like white dude, like looked like Eminem but really small, frail little dude. You know,
so just M.
Yeah, it's just M. Just face tattoos, And one day he, I guess, was pissed, and he got home and just shot her in the face. He just came home from work and shot her in the face.
Holy shit!
Wow, at least he had a job.
I think he might have shot himself too. I don't remember, but that's freaking crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Horrible.
Absolutely crazy. And now I feel bad. When I tell the story, I'm always like, oh man, I feel bad because I'm like, oh wow, she smelled terrible. And then she does. It's like, damn, there was no happy ending here. It was all terrible all the time.
Not
Nick!
for you, not for her.
Yeah. Nick says, I believe Cody could pump a personality into Brie Larson with his anime spunk. Oh yeah. No, that's the one great thing about women is they chameleon really well. If I hung out with Brie Larson for a year, she'd be cool probably. You know, she'd be like outgoing and charming and nice. Just
I think that you would be doing Hollywood a favor if you did that.
Dude, I swear to God, if she took off her socks around me, though, I'd freaking kick her out of my house.
Yeah, her feet are pretty gnarly. She makes me feel better about my own feet.
It looks like somebody hit them with a hammer for like a day and then like let them heal and then hit them with a hammer again.
What's worse, Brie Larson's feet or Megan Fox's thumbs?
Oh,
hold on. I don't really hold on.
I think the feet. I'm more into feet than I am hands.
I'm with you on that too. I think the feet are worse.
What's her? Oh, her thumbs are just like fat looking.
Yeah, she has like weird short little thumbs.
Oh fuck! I don't give a fuck. That's fine.
Slosher said her dying probably didn't help the smell.
No, probably not.
Oh my God, Jesus! What if her family? What if her family was watching?
I'm so glad I caught that.
Damn, it's fucked up. Jesus Christ! Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you for another orange boy. My boy Nick's the man. Holy shit. Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's brutal. I can't believe that. I'm so ashamed of Slosher. I don't even like that guy anymore.
It makes me like him more. I mean, what?
Jesus Christ. That makes two of them, by the way. Another girl I hooked up with back in my early 20s. She had like a brain aneurysm when she was 28 and just dropped dead.
Cody, stop fucking women. Wow. You're killing them.
I got the opposite of the anime spunk. It's the death.
Your penis is cursed.
So about that trip, me coming to see you, I'm super busy. I don't think I can make it.
You won't feel anything when it happens, but a few months later, you will die eventually. Thank you, Rick, Nick. I appreciate you. And a big one from my Canadian brother, Matthew Fauchen. Holy dicks. Look at this monster of a man. Monstery. Matthew says, did you know that women are 60 to 70% weaker than men when it comes to weightlifting and strength testing? But when it comes to endurance and running, they're only 11% below men. A smaller margin. The reasoning for that is when we were evolving, we learned to run as a group. Yes, Matt. Yes. Yes. I have. Wow. Dude, I have seen videos. And this kind of goes along with that. But you know, there's like this weird narrative that women can be as strong as men, which I don't know how there's people that believe this anywhere on earth.
Are they dumb?
Yeah, they're retarded. So there's a video and it's like a normal size guy, probably like 5'10", and there's a normal size woman and she's walking across the road and not paying attention because that's what women do. And there's a truck coming, like barreling, and this dude freaking sprints out into the road and grabs her, like clotheslining her waist, and picks her up like she's a baby and runs off the road with her, and the truck speeds by like at the speed of damn light.
If she didn't fuck him after that, he should push her back in the traffic.
Well, if this happened in California, she probably sued him for sexual assault or something afterwards.
Dang.
But yeah, he picked her up like she didn't weigh anything, and people were like, "Oh, yeah, let's see a woman do that. She'd hit you, and then both of you die."
That's hot.
I agree. That's
I remember when people used to be able to pick me up.
Chris is like, I was
a sacred vessel and with child.
I could deadlift about 250 easy.
Bam, right there.
Well, I just missed that.
No, I used to have a tiny little roommate that weighed like 90 pounds, and she'd pass out like on a couch somewhere, and I would literally just pick her up like this and just carry her to a bed and lay her down. Aww, she was like a feather.
That's a daddy move right there.
I am father without children. Well, that I know. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you so much for the $200 Canadian boy joining Billy Hatcher with a $200 super chat, and Johan Knoxhouse with a $100. Thank you so much. Billy says, at least Chrissy won't be bloated forever like Lizzo.
Oh, true.
That's true.
Oh.
And you're gonna have something to show for it in 9 months.
Oh.
A little red. Wait,
No.
no, you're fake, aren't you?
It's
It's
gonna
gonna-
be blonde or like a dark brunette.
Imagine if there was like some red-haired.
blonde.
Like, what if there was some redheaded genes somewhere in there, and you just had a redheaded baby, like one of your parents, grandparents, or aunts or uncles?
Are photos of me from a few years ago where like it does look like before I started dyeing, and like when I was little, and it looked kind of strawberry blonde. That'd be cool.
What if the baby comes out and he's black?
Well, then you won't be seeing me ever again.
I was gonna say Frank will be on the news.
If I ever disappear forever, you'll know the baby was black.
That's the thing, dude. That's the one thing you can't do. You can't do. If I was with a woman and she cheated, I'd be like, get out of my house, whatever. Or if I was with a woman, and anything in any of the spectrums happen, get the hell out of my house. If I go to that birthing room and a black baby comes out, I'm going home to get my 12 gauge.
It's just so embarrassing. It's just so like,
how could you?
There's nowhere to hide.
How could you?
You'd be like, put it back in.
How could you? And I can't shoot the baby. I had to put the baby somewhere, but mama's dead. That's happening.
Oh, no.
He's gonna go full OJ.
You'd be like, put it back in. Pull out a white one, please.
Yeah, this isn't what I ordered, sir. Can you put it back? No. Oh God, that would suck. Jesus, that's like I think that's like a white man's biggest fear is for his wife to shoot out a black baby.
Probably.
You know? Yeah. I think not anime. Nick, can you confirm or deny that?
Nick is furiously typing. I agree 1,000%, Cody.
Please, for the love of God, he better not come out and want to play basketball immediately. I swear to God. Oh, thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. I love you. You're the man. Wait, okay, I'm lost now. Good Jesus. We've told too many racist jokes. All right, enough of the racist jokes. They're my favorite, but we're on YouTube. Sad Lad Chad said, howdy, Camel Thoughts. Sipping on some Jack and Coke. Cam, you need to hop on your Discord sometime, play some party animals. I just got put on SSRI and I just noticed I have trouble nutting. Is that a thing? Congrats, Chrissy. Probably.
No, not probably. It is.
Yeah.
That's 1,000% a side effect of SSRIs. It makes it really, really hard, sometimes impossible to come.
Impossible. Could you imagine, bro? There's nothing better than freaking shooting that load. Ain't nothing better.
I feel like mental stability is not worth not coming.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like I'm flying through space and time. Like, I don't know about you girls. It feels like that's always like what it is for you guys. But for me, like sometimes it can be like, oh, and sometimes it's like I'm like holding on like to the bed, and I'm like flying through a tornado, like when I'm just blowing. I'm like, oh fuck. It's great. But it's like 1 out of every 10 is like that, maybe even more, where you're like, it feels like your soul leaves your body. Like, oh, you just feels like you're going, like your whole body's just going inside. Oh, fuck, it's great. Thank you, Satellite Chat. I appreciate you. Helena. Cody is super wop. Also, I want to hear my song. What's your song? Oh, yeah. Helena, make way, make way. I wish you would watch that movie. I wish you'd watch that movie, Zia. Moana.
Is it Coco? Oh, it's Moana. I was like, is it fucking Coco again?
No. Okay. For real, you might not like Moana because it is like legit musical shit. But Coco isn't. There's like music that happens because there's scenes where a kid does an audition or something. And obviously when you're doing an audition for like a talent show, he plays music and he does the audition. It's not like randomly like he's walking down the street and he's like, oh, it's not like that. It's it works.
Skytex comes into my stream at least once or twice a week and brings up that I need to watch Coco. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it for him.
It's so good. God, I love it. Fuck. Power Taco says, tell me if I'm close. Zia 36C, CHRISSIE 32 double D, Cody 36 double D. Yes.
You were close.
No, not even close at all. Not for me anyway. A 36. How big do you think I am around? Holy shit.
Zia and I might be the same size. I think we're both 34 double D.
I'm a 30. I can wear a 32 or a 30. 34 starts to get a little bit too, because I got it. Well, I got
Somebody's
a 34.
Doing well.
Wow.
I got a 34, but I can't quite pull. Like it's too.
When I was working out a lot, I went down a couple sizes. I went down to 34D. which was almost traumatizing. But then you get pregnant, back up again.
That's what you got to do. You got to have to cycle where you lose weight, you get into really good shape, and then you get pregnant.
Lose a D, get a D.
I just measure my chest like from all around, and I think I'm like 44 inches, and I don't know what that would equate to. Just from like all the way around, from my chest, under my arms.
Yeah, that would be a Lane Bryant situation.
Yeah,
that would be like
the plus size
big girl section.
Big girl section.
Yeah.
Thank you, Power Taco. Eric Allen says Sex with Cody creates an entirely different anime. Dick note. Which I don't know why somebody hasn't done this yet. Literally in an anime where dude goes and he has to hold chicks down and just throttle them and then they die like a few days later. Yeah. And it's forcible, like redo of Hitler. That's what I want.
All right, I'm down for that.
Brutal. I just want to be brutal.
That's fun.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you, dude. And Slosher coming in strong with a pink boy, my man, says, sorry about the joke at your expense of your lady friend you killed with your baby gravy. Dark humor is like food in communist countries. Not everyone gets it. Damn.
This is why I like Slosher so much.
Thank you, Slosher. Look at his little logo. It's a Down syndrome guy. No, bro, freaking I think it was on your show where Cecil pulled up Down with Love.
Yes.
That show,
and that's when
unreal.
I found out that I might have Down syndrome, because when he was talking about taking Downs people on dates, I was like, that sounds perfect. I would go on that date. All of that sounds like so much fun. I was like, I would like to feed ducks and get ice cream.
Bro, so I watched all of it and I adored it. I adored that show, especially when the two were super happy. Like, and I love how no matter how bad the date went, they loved it. They thought it was the greatest shit they've ever experienced. And they would literally just like look at each other and say awkward shit. And then at the end, they'd be like, so how was your date? And it's like, it was the best date of my entire life. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they loved it. The two main, Leslie and that other girl, or Leslie and the guy, go to a sex like instructor because, you know, they're actually in a relationship now. And they're like, so what do you guys think about sex? And she's like, oh, I love sex. I love sex with this guy. And she's like, she like sees right through the bullshit. She's like, what do you think sex is, Leslie? And she's like kissing and pranking. Like, uh-oh, I pranked you. You're pregnant. Like, what the fuck?
Prank.
And
Pranked you with my dick.
Yeah, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. The autistic people, yes, they'll be smashing pissers for sure. But not the Down syndrome people. Oh my God. Just leave them alone. Let them be children. Oh my God, it's brutal. Brutal.
I know. I feel like you watch that and you're like, no. They're too innocent. Don't send them to a sex therapist. This is terrible.
Yeah. The autistic girls on the autistic version, it's called Love on the Spectrum. There's two girls on that show that are gorgeous, but they're like highly autistic. And I'm like, they've been ran through by their like classmates and stuff. It's like, oh, you're beautiful. I like you a lot. And they're like, wow, this is great. And they just get dicked down.
Oh no. They give them an ice cream cone and they're like, here.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and eat this.
I know girls that are autistic and they have got OnlyFans. They don't give a fuck. They're cool. They're just kind of weird, because autism. So they're just a little strange is all, but they pull their boobies out all the time and they look great. They look like the boobies aren't autistic. They're normal. They're fat and cuddly. That shit still gets slobbery. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Johan. Zia is downy, confirmed. No, she'd have it in her face. She'd have
I have a medical question. Are Down syndrome people able to have regular children?
So there is a Down syndrome man. I think he's in his 50s, maybe now. He had 2 boys that do not have Down syndrome.
That you got to be a gambling man to like blow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate roulette wheel, isn't it? Or what are the odds? What are the stats?
I believe it's like it's like 25%. There's a 25% they'll be normal, but also
that's crazy.
It's like something like 70% of men with Down syndrome are sterile.
What?
It's something like that. But the women, they can just pop out puppies all day.
Wait, okay. So if you get a Down syndrome girl and a normal guy,
It's
What-
the percent. I think it's 50-50. But if they're both
doesn't
have
just
Down
come
syndrome,
out
it's like
very
25.
nearsighted.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being like 16 and going through your angsty phase, and your dad's like, "Look, I don't want you hanging out with those people no more," and you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, Dad! I'll kill you! Like, get out of my face with your pit bull looking fucking face! Like, get out of here!" I feel like that'd be so brutal to be a Down syndrome dad, and your son just tells you to fuck off. Like, dude, you have no idea, Dad. Look at you! Get out of here! You don't know nothing.
That's like having, because I've heard also that dwarf parents can have regular sized kids.
They can, yeah.
And
then your son is calling you retardad.
Oh my God. Brutal. Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
Oh no.
Yeah, could you imagine? Could you imagine like your first time where your dad takes you to school and it's like a father-son freaking day at school, and you walk in, your dad walks behind you, and they're like, why is your dad retarded? Look,
did you bring your volunteer work to school? And like, no, this is my dad.
this is like for real, my dad. Like, it's crazy, you know. That'd be crazy. Mintrex, seems like you're down with the syndrome. Thank you, Mintrex. I appreciate you so much. By the way, we are 140 from Naked Snake, Naked Zia, and we're only 50 minutes in. That's
so
wild.
Fast. Holy
that's
shit, you
wild.
guys.
Wow.
Dude, that's just like me when I was like 18. Sad Lad Chad says them boobies aren't autistic. That's for damn sure. I appreciate you said. Yeah, the main girl from the first season of Spectrum on the Love on the Spectrum is like adorable, and she's almost completely normal. She's just kind of got shifty eyes, but she's great. And I was like, man, I was real drunk when I watched it, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna crawl into this bitch's DMs. So I like go and I find her, and she has a gajillion followers. I'm like, yeah, it's because she was the hot one. Of course she does. All these dudes have the same idea as me.
I want to see.
I could sweet talk her a little and it'd be easy, but no, they already got to her before I could. Sucks, man. Thank you, Sadler. I appreciate you, man.
Weird, like, sort of conquesty fetish that must be.
Yeah, you almost feel like it would be harder, but then it's not. It's easier.
No, it's easier.
It's way easier. Because then they're like, I love you. And I'm like, wait, hold on. No, you fucking misconstrued this. And they're like, no, but I love you. And I'm like, I stood next to you for like 10 minutes in line. Like, what do you mean? It's like, no, I love you. It's like, oh, fuck, I goofed.
And that's just regular chicks.
Yeah,
Can
dude.
confirm.
Oh my God.
What's her name? I want to see.
Oh gosh, I don't remember. Her name.
God damn it.
Here, I'll pull it up right now. Holy shit.
Find her for me.
Her name's Tarda.
There was
Downsy.
The guy named James on there was easily my favorite. God, he was hilarious. He loved like swords and shit, and he was just great. And of course, at the end of every date, they're like, "I see you as a friend," and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's agreeable." And I'm just like, "Oh, brutal, brutal, my poor bastard. I'm so sorry this happened to you." Oh man, Love on the Spectrum. Where is it? Is it an Australian one? I want the American one, you bastards. Where's the American one? Love on the Spectrum. I'll just type in American. USA. There we go. All right. So her name is, I believe it's Caitlin or something like that. Her name is Danny Bowman. She's funny. She's like the Asian lady that looks, you would never know by looking at her. And then she's just so goofy. And every guy that she wants to be with, every single one of them, they have to be like super obsessed with animation like she is, or else she's like a no-go. And I'm like, that's like one guy. There's like one guy. Her name is Kaylin Partlow.
Part load.
Part low. Part down. Yeah, and yeah, she's adorable. She's absolutely adorable. And she's funny. Wow. And then she gets ghosted by the guy on the TV, and I'm like, come on. I would have just smashed him, at least dashed. But then again, she might have been crazy as fuck. Like, we need to get married right now. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. She's like, that's what you do, right? You get married. It's like, no, we don't. I just like, I drop off the loads a few times and we hang out. Maybe we'll see where it goes. Right? You know, that's how it starts, Chrissy. Don't think you don't know. You know better than anybody.
I'm wise.
Wise beyond my decades and decades.
A wise woman once said, you can't fight the moonlight. So you just gotta keep yourself out of these situations.
No, just do it. Just do it. Dude, I would be the worst woman. Holy shit, I'd be the worst woman. You best believe I would be sitting on bedposts and shit. I wouldn't give a damn.
You're not allowed to do that on OnlyFans.
You can't sit on a bedpost?
Nope, they don't let you. They'll take it down. I got a lollycock from Exotica, and I could eat it, but I couldn't put it inside me. But I could put a dildo inside me if I wanted to.
You don't want to put a sugary.
I don't.
In you.
I wouldn't. But it was funny because when I bought it, Amy was like, "You can't put that in you."
Oh my god!
And you're like, I wasn't gonna. I'm just thinking about it.
I was just thinking about maybe putting it there. And
yeah, see, like that, I could never. If I was born a woman, it would have been over. Every single phallic object I'd ever have found in my like adolescence, I would be like, well, we'll see if this fits. Like, I would do it again. I would do it again. Yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. It'd be great. It'd be great. So like usual, we get off on a tangent about putting stuff inside of us, but
typical.
That never happened.
No, it's so us.
Yes. So the Marvels, everyone, the Marvels box office results. The movie had a budget. Of $230 million. That's not counting the marketing budget. Was probably another 100 to 150 million, which means it needed after ticket sales taking half of the revenue. It probably needed to make 600 million to break even, and it's not even gonna get a fifth of that, maybe not even a sixth of that, because it is abysmal, absolutely abysmal. The Marvels is slated to possibly not even make $100 million domestically, which is unbelievably abhorrent. And also, like, why would you stop writing masculine characters and then casting females as them? Like, that's the whole point. Kill Bill was a box office success based on budgets. Love that fucking movie. Uma Thurman's character went through so much strife in that movie. It was beautiful, beautifully done. And also the art direction. I loved it. Loved everything about it. But then you just take characters like Rey Skywalker or Palpatine, whatever the hell she was, and she's just a god for no reason. Never depressed, never sad, never weak. Beats a Sith Lord her first time holding a lightsaber because she's just that damn good. She's just that damn good. Makes me
only life was that kind.
Where'd he go?
I really liked Hunger Games. If I hadn't seen any of this Rachel Zegler obnoxiousness for the months leading up, I'd be like, wow, she's delightful. But they marketed like she was the co-star. They put so much hype behind her. She's not even the lead.
Nope. Yeah, and that's I thought she was the only person in the movie. But you know what I mean? Like, I thought she was literally going to be the only direction at all in the movie. I had no idea this guy even existed or any other guys even existed. I had no idea. And
it's really good. It flew by. It didn't feel like it was 3 hours or whatever.
That's the issue. That's the issue is you'll have an actress like Rachel Zegler or an actual movie that might be decent come out, but you've already beat down your possible customers into the damn ground, leaving only a nub sticking up. Like, so they're not going to go see your shit anymore. And it's going to be a box office failure, just like the Marvels.
Wow.
All you have to do is make a good quality film. Iman Bolani, I think that's her name. She said she really wants to fix the Marvel fandom. The first thing you got to do is you got to make quality movies. And the first 5 quality movies you make, no one's going to see them because you already destroyed and burnt all the bridges possible. You got to just start making quality films. And I swear to God, if you make an entire personality of a female character, oh, she's gay, then you're going to fucking fail. Because I don't know if you ever met a gay person, but if you've met a normal gay person, a normal lesbian, normal bi person, or anything on that kind of spectrum, if you've ever met them and they're normal, chill people, that's not their personality. They just happen to be gay. You wouldn't know unless you directly asked them or saw them kissing on somebody of the same sex. And these characters, their entire weird like subplot is an allegory for like being gay. And I'm like, do they like TV? Do they like playing golf? Can you give them something that I can feed off of? No, they're just gay. They have short hair. They
only like gay things, Cody.
Look, their hair's short.
When you're gay, you don't need anything else.
No. Why would you? If you're gay, you get dick.
That's your whole personality.
God, it's cringe as fuck. Speaking of cringe as fuck, David Chandler, the man, the myth, and the legend. just for having my 2 favorite gals on. Also, I heard something about naked. We are $30 away.
David
13.
Chandler,
That is
I wanna
insane.
thank you so much for the $200 that you sent.
Wow.
And I didn't get a notification for it because it was sent to my PayPal.
Wow.
And then PayPal held it for like a week. And so I felt so bad. I was like, I didn't even thank him. But that was like a few weeks or God, maybe a month ago at this point. But David Chandler, thank you so much. That was so nice of you.
So
That's
nice.
crazy. This dude, I'm glad he's here. Thank God for this man. Thank God that I was able to use women to get money. It's all I've ever wanted to do in life.
You're a regular Andrew Tate.
Yes. Yes. Now get back to your computers and take your boobies out.
Cody has been telling me more and more that I need to stream for him on a certain site that I can't remember what's it called. Something about Tube.
It's called CAMELTHOTS. It's the same
it is
name
called
deal.
CAMELTHOTS.
It's in the early stages. We'll get to it.
Okay.
All right, but I'm gonna get an apartment building. I'm gonna fill it up with girls, and mainly girls coming from Ukraine because they're trying to escape. And then I'm gonna trick them into being like thinking they're gonna be my girlfriend, and then I'm gonna make them get on computer and take the boobies out.
Can I help you wrangle them?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. Use
Well,
your
then I'm
boobies
in.
to wrangle them.
Oh yeah, that's what they're for.
Women can get other women. It's easy.
Yeah, that's why most of the guys have a fucking shady ass woman.
That's what Ghislaine Maxwell did.
Just lame, Max. Just lame.
Mhm.
No shit. Like on a serious note, you have a house party and like 10 girls that you know show up with a couple guys, and they all kind of know that you've like hooked up with a lot of them. These girls are wild. They're like, well, I want to see what it's all about. It's weird how like men look at women that are getting ran through. I prefer it, but I'm like completely atypical when it comes to this. But men look at women that get ran through like a damn marathon track. They are like, oh, I will stay away from her forever. I'm not like that. But women, they see a dude that runs through chicks, and they're like, I need that guy in my life.
I don't ever feel that way.
You got a guy. You biologically are done, and you're pregnant. You're pregnant, which psychologically makes
I still
you
have my
not interested.
dreams. No.
But before she was pregnant, did you ever and like not with Frank? Did you
I
ever
never
feel
went
that way?
for fuck boys. I would go with the opposite because I'd be like, oh, what would they want with me? Like, fuck boys don't want a funny girl. Like that's
because
they want a hot girl. Yeah,
you would make your but she's hot and wow,
she didn't have a reaction.
Wow.
no, you can't be both. I'm aware. You have to pick. You have to pick.
Nah, I would for sure. No, like, dude, the thing is, it's so a very weird dynamic. Women, I've noticed that, like, women that they just gravitate towards that kind of thing. I don't really know why. It's really strange. I think it's because it takes a lot of work for a guy to be able to wrangle like a lot of hot women. I feel like, you got to be charming, you have to be attractive and successful and have all that shit taken care of. And then women are like, oh, bro, like I want in on that. And then they all want to be the woman that changes him, but they don't realize that they're all the same fucking girl. Like, what are your interests? Netflix and wine. Okay, Jessica, what's your interest? Netflix and wine.
Is that really
all right.
true?
Yeah, that's how they are. They're always
I'll
like
say
that.
this. I think even if you do have other interests and shit like that, you're still a fucking moron if you think that you're going to be the one to change him. You don't change a guy. If the guy likes to do that kind of shit, the guy likes to do that kind of shit. If you're thinking like, oh, he's going to settle down for me, you're fucking retarded. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's not going to happen.
You have to be a person. And look, I've been through my fair share of 22-year-old fucking girls, and they're all so similar. And then and through all these girls, I've met two ever that I was like, man, I really like this girl. I love being around this girl. There's 2 out of like over 100 at least. 2, man. All the other ones were just kind of basic or boring as fuck. Those other 2, and all they were pretty smart and laid back and just fun to be in the same space with them. You don't have to speak. You can just lay around with them, not speak, and it's enjoyable, right? It's like your alone time is almost the same, but they're just there, right? Whereas these other girls, I just couldn't wait for them to leave.
Look at this comment from Mad Amos. I think that's very, very succinct.
Super smart. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Mad Amos. That's great.
Mad Amos. Women marry men hoping they can change them. Men marry women and hoping they won't change.
Yep. That's the idea. That's the idea. and then women get you get like 7 years in, and then the women start FOMOing. They're like, I could have done more. I didn't get to do enough. I'm leaving.
Wait, I didn't have my under the Tuscan sun moment.
Yep.
I have to get out of here. I'm stifled.
Is that where you bang in Tuscany, like under the sun?
It's a
No.
movie about this woman that has her whole like live, love, laugh phase of her life where she has to go and travel around and bang foreigners and just drink by herself on the beach. It's like you can do that and still find a good man and commit.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, you
not
can
one or the other.
Hold
Go
on,
with him.
Hold on. Is Frank watching this? You can still
No, I
do
mean
that.
do it with your man.
Oh,
like
okay,
take a trip together.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Just say it's a work trip.
You can still do that. Just say you're going to another comedy show.
Just say you have a road gig.
Oh wow. Johan says, "Get your cameras ready, boys." Naked Christie. She might be a
No.
little too pregnant for that.
Nobody wants to do that.
I feel like it.
Christie's face.
Imagine
like,
that
"No."
35-year-old Cabbage Patch Kid. That's no. I don't.
Wait, 35? I thought you were like 45 or 48 or 38, 39.
I'm 55.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's the work.
I can't smile, but it's okay.
I'll text
Thank you,
you
Hon.
for your surgeon's info.
Thank
No,
you,
I
Johan.
just I'm in the in-between stage where it's like, oh, did you just throw in the towel physically or are you pregnant? Like I'm right in between.
It'll be like 2 more months before people are like, okay, she's definitely
I
pregnant.
really thought I would just be like out to there and then you're like out to there for 8 months. Like I just thought you like it's a real slow build.
Wait, how many months are you now?
I'm 18 weeks.
18 weeks.
So
Okay.
it's like almost half.
Oh, wow. You're almost halfway there and you are barely showing.
And I'm still in regular clothes.
And
That's
you obviously
wild.
don't know the gender, right?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Are you gonna name him Braden or Jaden?
Braden, no.
I thought
Thank
this-
God. Thank God I didn't have a kid younger because like I remember being like in my 20s thinking I liked names like Chase or Hunter
Oh,
or
I dated a Chase.
like yacht rock names is what I used to like. And
Oh.
God.
oh,
that.
yacht rock. The hell?
I always thought that if I had kids, I was gonna. So this is so fucking gay. If I was a boy, I found out my parents were gonna name me Taz, and I was like, "That's cool. If I have a boy, I'll name my kid Taz."
Yeah, but what if you don't spin around furiously? Then it's a disappointment.
I can't think of any good names for a boy. I think like just name him John. Fuck it. Like that's
No,
fuck it.
you can't name a kid John. Then your kid's gonna grow up being like, "Wow, you had nothing. You're just."
I
like,
mean, it's
don't
either
know."
John or Braden. Maybe Bartholomew. What about that?
No. How about Bort?
I like Reginald.
Also Bort. I actually have a Bort Quickie Mart name tag pin that I got from Universal around
shit.
here somewhere.
Oh, Reginald.
I like Reginald. I would name my kid Reginald. We'd call him Reggie for short.
Ruttiger. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Saul says, "Here we go, Zia. Look at that, my man, coming in with $30. My man." That
We
puts
hit Nick
us.
and Snake.
We destroyed it. That puts us $4.50 from Fight Milk for my ass.
Oh shit.
It's been a minute. Thank you, Saul. I love you. I appreciate you. Will we hit the Fight Milk? And we also may have another guest here showing up shortly. A
We
surprise
do?
guest. Oh, maybe. Saul, I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my friend. You're the goat. Sadlad Chad, Snake. Pizza is great. Says, "Hi, Chrissy. I might be the only one, but I thought your Nachi joke on FNT 2 episodes ago was good humor."
Wow.
Gnocchi.
That was
Gnocchi.
so
Gnocchi.
white, Cody.
What the fuck is Nachi?
It's gnocchi. It's
What's
a
gnocchi?
gnocchi. It's an Italian like potato pasta thing.
Have you never had
Gnocchi.
gnocchi?
Like gabagool. What?
Okay,
No.
yeah, okay. You have to. Never
It's
mind. I
not
can't say
keto
it.
friendly, but it's
No,
like,
it's not keto friendly. But at some point, you have to come to New Jersey, and I'm going to take you to get some good Italian, and you're going to try gnocchi.
See, like I feel like every time I go and get authentic Italian, it tastes like balls.
That's because
That's
you're
'cause you're
trying to get
going
it
to the
somewhere
Olive
other than
Garden.
Italian. Yeah. I mean,
No,
yeah.
no. I went to a place where I used to live in a place called Arab, Alabama, and everybody was Italian as hell, didn't even speak English, and the food was atrocious.
That's because you haven't been to New Jersey.
Oh yeah, see, everybody thinks they great. I went to Japan, got some
not-
ramen, ass
I don't
ramen.
believe. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
Pizza. Thank you, Pizza. Is great. I appreciate you, man. Dude, the support tonight's been insane. Mudbug jumping in on Rumble with a $100 Rumble rant. Mudbug says the conversation on this channel. Damn, I love it. Damn, I love it. Yeah, we got it. Damn, God, Jesus. Anyways,
I don't know why I've been
She's far away from the mute button.
too. These,
dude.
that's why.
Oof. No, yeah, I don't. I'm on a diet right now. No, a lot of people don't know this. I don't really talk about it much, but I'm on a diet right now, and I can't do it during the year because I travel too much. And when I'm in airports, bro, I see Popeyes and I'm like, fuck it, blah. So I fucked up the Popeyes. So I'm on my yearly cut, and I was like, man, I can do it November, December, and January when I don't travel, and it'd be perfect. I don't celebrate holidays. I don't really have family or friends or anything. So I was like, all right, perfect. So I'm gonna go all the way to February, and then I have Anna's wedding. I'm gonna go to Anna's wedding and get lit, but be shredded as shit when I get there. And
just don't wear a shirt. Just have a tux with no shirt on.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just have my freaking abs out. But I shit like once a week on this diet. It's the weirdest thing, and it's been like this ever since I was in my early 20s.
Vegetables.
No,
drink water.
I drink.
Have hot coffee.
Hot coffee. Hell no. No, I eat the same thing. Same thing at the same time every single day for 90 days. Because
what are you eating? Run us through a day.
Oh God. In the morning. I used to when I worked at GameStop because it was easy to grab them and run. But I eat 15
egg.
I love them. 15 tablespoons of egg whites in the morning. Quarter cup of Colby Jack cheese in the egg whites. I eat 2 lean ass pieces of bacon, and that's pretty much anything I eat that could be misconstrued as anything like negative right there. At like 2 hours after that, I have a protein shake. 2 hours after that, I have a protein bar. 2 hours after that, I have like 8 to 10 ounces of grilled chicken with some a quarter cup cooked white rice.
So much food, but yeah, I guess like men are different.
Yeah, quarter cup of white rice, 10 ounces grilled chicken. Then 2 hours after that to 3 hours, I will have 15 tablespoons of egg whites, no cheese, nothing, and then I'll have like a bag of Quest chips, which is 140 calories. And that gets me almost exactly to 1,600 calories every day.
Wild. 240
grams of protein, like 30 grams of fat, maybe less. And carbs are like 20. So we're going to get shredded. And I eat it because if I don't eat the same thing every day, people don't understand this. And I always try to tell them, and they still don't get it. But they're like, why don't you just experiment? And you can make food this day. And I'm like, you don't understand.
That takes time.
If I change anything at all, it'll mess with me psychologically. I have to do the exact same thing because it's terrible. It being terrible makes me feel like I'm making progress. If I change it, and it's got to be completely structured. If I change it at all, if I try custom chicken nuggets that are made out of grilled chicken and like crumbs from like wheat cake or rice cakes, it will fuck me up. I have to eat the same shit for 90 days. And that's what always works. I weighed 203 when I started. The idea is get down to 175 to 178.
Jesus.
I'm gonna be just shred. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Oh, I feel like a fat fucking lump on this bulk. I hate it. You're over there like I'm getting shredded, and I'm just like, bleh.
Yeah, I
like
too am
marshmallow.
bulking. Don't feel alone.
Oh, we can compare our bumps. I'll send you pictures.
Mine looks terrible.
This baby better come out 20 pounds heavy.
And then you're like, cool, I only have 5 pounds to lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you gonna do a natural birth, right?
Yeah, I want to do natural. I want to do no drugs. I want to do maximum pain. I don't want to, because I read that like the baby, if you get an epidural and it's all numb, like the baby feels like it doesn't know where you are and it's scared. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want that.
So speaking of epidural,
that sounds so sad.
I know.
Wow.
My ex-wife, her sister-in-law, she has like 5 kids. And her first pregnancy, we were together. This was a long time ago. Her first pregnancy, she was no drugs, natural birth, doing all this shit. And she went through all that. And her second pregnancy, she was like, yeah, like before even getting like before even getting to the hospital after she found out she's pregnant, she was like, yeah, I'm getting an epidural immediately. And I'm like, well, that She
Who
was
knows?
able
You never know. I mean, you never know till you're going through it, right? Like,
Yeah.
you never know what your pain tolerance is going to be because you haven't done it yet. So,
And they also got to give you the slit,
the
depending
slit?
depending on who you are, like depending on your genetics or how the baby's shaped. They have to cut you from your vagina to your asshole, like a certain amount. And so I asked my friend, and she said they only did 1 inch, but they could do like 1 to more, I think.
What the fuck?
When the baby's coming out in labor, they'll just take a scalpel and just slap that line down you. Yeah.
No,
Scary.
I don't want that.
The husband stitch.
I want that. Can I get that even if I don't have a kid?
I'd be like, sew it all up, make me a Barbie down there.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that what it's called, King? It's called an episiotomy.
Episiotomy. It's where your taint goes away.
Don't need one of those anymore. Fuck it. You can just put everything in your taint. You can put shit in there now, like a coin purse.
Oh. Is that not where you usually keep it?
So are you afraid at all?
I'm okay with things being out of my control. I'm okay with pain. I think I would feel bad if I'm afraid of not being good at it. Like, I'm afraid of not being good at birth, like not being physically fit enough to like do what I need to do. I'm afraid of just like not being good at mom stuff.
Oh my god, you're gonna be amazing at mom stuff. That was such a Chrissy answer, though. I feel like you're like, I'm not worried about any of the pain or anything. I'm just worried that I'm not going to be able to be there for
like not do a good job.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like I could tell. I feel like there's way more of an emotional, like personable vibe about Chrissy right now. Kind of soft spoken a little.
Turn that back real quick. Let me get some of this sparkling cider in me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I would be terrified. God, I'd be absolutely terrified because it just seems so. Now, the thing you can take solace in is the fact that women did it on like hay beds beside goats, like a couple hundred years ago. They shot them out like bullets.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
Yeah. They say it's good to give birth on all fours because then you're working with gravity. But I'm like, I'm not going to force the doctor to look into the eye of the storm like that, you know?
The doctor's like, oh, great, we got another one of those.
Like, wow, somebody's missed their wax. Yeah.
Bro, I did the 1 chip challenge like last year or 2 years ago. And I was on a cutting diet, funny enough. And I ate like breakfast and then I drank a protein shake. And then it was like 6 o'clock at night. And my friend was like, here's 1 chip challenge. I fucking ate the 1 chip challenge. Wasn't even spicy, by the way. And I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And about 45 minutes later, I had this pain in my stomach, like this cramping pain. And I went and laid in my bed and I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. It was like 2 hours. And I was like literally the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And it was like stomach cramps. Turns out you're supposed to eat a certain thing, like a couple of things before you do the 1 chip challenge. You're not supposed to do it raw.
What? Are you supposed to
like
pad your stomach?
bread and stuff like that? And I did not do any of that. There was a kid that died from it recently. He ate 10 of them or something, and he didn't eat anything prior, and he died or something.
Crazy if the kid's name was also Chip.
No, I think he was black. I think he was black actually. It says
no, that wouldn't be Chip then. That would be Lamar or Reggie.
Okay, let's see. It says 14-year-old dies after trying 1 chip challenge. Let's see. The Packy 1 chip challenge. Apparently they made it even worse. It's pulled from shelves. Really? Come on. Let's see. It says the maker of this extremely spicy tortilla marketed as the 1 chip challenge. Let me pull it up right here.
Yeah, it's literally called the 1 chip challenge, not the 10 chip challenge.
You know, there's a challenge where you only date 1 Chinese man. If you could imagine what that's called.
Says right here, her 14-year-old son Harris Wallaba.
I want to say it so bad.
Yes. Say it quietly to yourself, everyone.
I've said it in my head a few times.
You can only date 1.
Oh, sorry.
It says he ate the chip Friday, then went to school to the school nurse with a stomach ache. Yeah, that's what happens. Passed out at home that afternoon. He was pronounced dead at the hospital later in the day. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Oh.
They suspended sales of the product. Only the bravest will be able to prove they face the Reaper. The product label warned that children, pregnant people, those with underlying health issues.
Of course, it's black.
Of course it is. It always kills you. Despite being only 13% of the chips, they account for 100% of the chip-related deaths.
They're gonna be killed by a chip. It'll be this black one.
Yeah, people sensitive to spicy foods or allergic to stuff. It's crazy because when I took it, bro, I 100% thought I was gonna have to go to the emergency room because I didn't prepare for it, which you're supposed to prepare for it. I did not. I raw dogged it and almost died. It felt like.
Whoa, I'm glad you weren't seriously injured.
But it went away after 2. I was Googling it and shit. I remember laying there and I would Google the same thing every couple of minutes. How long does it take for the pain to go away?
Were you like drinking milk? Were you eating anything after the fact?
Yeah, yeah. I drank milk and I drank milk when I started having the stomach aches because I was fine. It wasn't spicy. Like, it was spicy, sure, but I eat like Reaper hot wings every Sunday, right?
You know
so
what's
like,
crazy is like, yeah. I can't do hot food anymore. Like I have a real aversion to it all of a sudden.
Oh, is that one of the? Have you had any cravings or anything yet?
I don't think I've had cravings, but some things taste extra good.
Like dick,
like a baby orange,
like a cutie,
like a tan. Yes,
those
are so good.
I love that. That's what, like, dude, that's like best case scenario. You're like, oh my god, this cutie tastes amazing. You're not like sitting there with a giant tub of ice cream and chocolate sauce in bed going,
no, I have had like, because you know what? I've spent my entire adult life ignoring cravings to try just being on whatever diet or trying to fit into a wedding dress. It's like, oh, and now you're pregnant and you go against the years of training. Like you're supposed to just be this different person that eats whatever. It's like, no, I still have that ingrained. Like you have a craving, great. You still don't have to be fat about it. Like
be fat about it.
I just don't understand these people like, oh, I have a craving, therefore I have to just eat the thing.
Right. That's like zero discipline there.
Zero discipline. And like for the only thing that I'm like, oh, I have to stay on top of is protein because you have to eat a lot, like more protein. Like, well, I was already eating a lot because of like messy keto, but I think they say if you're pregnant, you have to have like 100 grams of protein a day.
Okay.
I go hard.
Staying on top of your supplements and making sure, like I take a special like DHA, like fatty acid, which is good for like brain building in addition to prenatals. Like I take these hardcore like Norwegian prenatal pills. So that's really and just protein. But it's like I'm not just like, oh, let me have pancakes and waffles in a case it's like, okay, you still have to eat balanced for a person. You can't just be like a fat fuck.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Karen, you're not supposed to gain 200 pounds of baby weight. The baby weighs 11.
And if you're gonna eat like more, it's like, okay, have an avocado, have like something that's gonna do something for you.
Yeah, something with nutrients, something that's gonna give your baby what it needs.
Have a fucking can of sardines.
It's like lay off, man. Lay off, man. I'm eating for 2. It's like, bitch, you think you're eating for 8, apparently.
You're supposed to only eat like an extra 350 calories a day or something, which is like a small meal. And like you just need an extra small meal.
And not even right away. Like your first whole trimester, you're not even supposed to eat more.
So it's really not until the second and third trimesters. Because I guess that's when all the developing happens. At first, it's just so tiny. It's like a little.
The first trimester is like the cells are just figuring out if they want to stay together.
Right.
And then after that, then it's like second trimester is like building organs, building brains. And then third trimester is just like bulking pretty much.
That's wild.
I could be wrong.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Yeah. I would feel like you wouldn't increase it much at all. Like at all. I mean, a baby, it's a damn baby. What does a baby need in caloric intake? Like a newborn, right? And this is even pre-newborn, super newborn, not even born yet, pre-born.
Pre-born.
They don't require much, okay? A couple hundred calories, but these bitches are like, I'm gonna eat a whole block of cookie dough. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what this means because your baby gonna be diabetic.
I think I'm blowing the whistle on pregnancy cravings. I think women just want to see if they can send their man out for ice cream at 2 a.m. I think they don't actually want the thing. They're just like, oh, I can get away with it. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna eat everything I've ever wanted to.
2 a.m. Imagine waking someone up at 2 o'clock in the morning to be like, get me ice cream.
I've never even had Frank buy a tampon. Like I've never had Frank. I don't even want to take him shopping with me because I don't want to expose him to the horrors of me going shopping.
The horrors of womandom.
Yeah.
Pretty terrible.
Oh my god.
The horrors of being in a sock store for an hour.
Oh.
Speaking of being in a sock store, we're 18 likes away from goal, boys. We're already about to smash the goal immediately. Matt Amo says, Noshi. What is it again?
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. You sure? That sounds wrong.
Gnocchi.
And then
you gotta do the hand.
What's the second one? I don't know what that
pierogies.
is.
You've never had a pierogi?
No.
Pierogies aren't those Polish?
They are Polish, yes.
It's like a potato dumpling, right?
Yep, they're fucking delicious.
I like potatoes though. I do like potatoes. Yeah.
You would like gnocchi and you would like pierogies. Maddie Most, that's a really tough question. Food. It is. For me, and I hate to say this, as much as I love gnocchi, I gotta go pierogies on this.
I gotta go gnocchi.
Interesting. Thank you, Matt Amos. I love you. Appreciate you. Malcharon says an hour behind, but just to add, the Marvels should have included Captain Marvel arrested for crimes against the Dawn. Bitch attacked him and robbed him. Justice for the Dawn. Captain Marvel's a villain. Well, she apparently from I read or watched the synopsis for the film, and the reason that one chick that has a grill in, which just let me reiterate that every single character is a female for some reason. But the one chick that was angry, that was basically like dollar store Ronin or whatever, that had the grill. Apparently, like Miss Marvel or whatever her name is, Captain Marvel, like destroyed her planet basically, like the entire economy, all the currency by destroying the AI, and caused the civil war that made the planet uninhabitable.
Yeah, and then they were like, why don't you? They're like, oh, Captain Marvel, why don't you just use your powers to repower the sun? She's like, I never thought of that. I guess I was bad doing that. Oh, it worked. It's like, you idiot. Why didn't you do that earlier?
Yeah, very, very silly. So, yeah, she seems like a villain to me. And, of course, Brie Larson carries herself like a damn villain all the time. She seems like a lizard person, right?
Yeah, she sounds like she has scoliosis.
Oh, yes.
The vibe.
She
uses those feet to grab children. I'm convinced of it.
She got toeosis as well. Yeah. Thank you, Maltron. TJ says, New Jersey, born and raised, living in Philly now. I should have known Zia was a Jersey girl. It all makes sense. Well, she's Hawaiian, but yeah.
Actually, I've only been in Jersey for like 3 years. Yeah, they had just made 3 years here, but I'm originally from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah, if you want to get real technical, it's Hawaii, but no one says
Hawaii.
That. no one says that ever. Even the Hawaiians, I know. Just go around correcting people. Be like, actually, it's Hawaii.
Name said it, but it is Hawaii.
Just like that.
I'm excited for your sister to get out of prison, so you can like have a show with her or something.
I'm 100% going to do a show with my sister.
I want to look at the difference.
You'll not only will you see the difference. Well, we are two very different people too, but I feel like personality wise is kind of similar.
Right.
I was just always more tomboyish than her. Like she's more girly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That makes no sense. Johan says, Zia being a Riri, you'd have to name him Tim Hay. So like, yeah, like if you found out your kid was gonna be like a little fucked up, just name him Tim Hay.
Oh, 100%. Tim
assuming you don't abort him. I mean, I would.
If it was a special kid,
it'd be like 300.
No.
Yeah.
Just throw him. Well, then you're not even aborting him. That's a late term. That's after birth abortion.
Well, it's
called leftist healthcare.
Oh God, could you imagine? God, you wouldn't be signing up for 18 years of responsibility. You'd be signing up until you die. Nightmare. Thank you, Johan. Appreciate you. Why are there no black people with Down syndrome?
Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
There you go.
There's one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's like only one though.
There's only one, but he's a great one.
They probably take him out back in the projects and shoot him.
Oh wow. That's fucked up, bro. How could you? How could you? How could you? Thank you, Slaglus. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Slaglus. We're almost 400 even from Fight Milk for the first time in a week, I think. For the first time in like a week, we're almost to Fight Milk. Speaking of Fight Milk, I don't know if you guys heard about this. So there was this controversy a while back. Kevin Smith, the guy that looks like he's crying in every picture for some reason, and also
he is crying.
He is crying in every picture. Yes, he's also gaunt, and he always makes the exact same face in every single picture. It's the weirdest shit. He's like this in every picture. He's like he's about to. He's being tortured or watching his family die in front of him. Let me pull up this picture, and you'll see. So Kevin Smith, the legendary guy that was all about doing all the Jay and Silent Bob shit back in the day.
Clerks. That movie's
Clerks.
goddamn goat.
Fantastic. Every one of the pictures though he puts up looks the same. He looks like distraught and unhappy, and it's the weirdest shit in the world. Like, what is all this? What is all this? This is the weirdest shit. Like, why does he always look like this in every picture?
I mean, I think it's probably a thing he does.
Are some of these AI?
You would think, but
he almost did get a little too thin looking. It looks like
a wet cat. You ever see a wet cat?
Yeah. Well, I was watching his podcast on YouTube the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He just has a show just like this, and he looks even smaller. He looks so like gaunt, small. And
I've met him in person. It's hard to say anything bad about him because he's so fucking nice. And I met him through a friend of mine, Brian Johnson, and his wife Mary Beth are like super cool people. And they had me at the opening of the Secret Stash in Red Bank because he has a comic book shop in Red Bank. And I also went to the because he's from New Jersey, so and that's where I got his start. And I went to the Quick Stop yesterday or the day before yesterday, which is where Clerks was filmed. The whole thing. It's awesome. So anyway, I met him and he's like the nicest guy. So it's hard for me to say anything too bad about him. But he is vegan. And that's the one thing that I will say. That's the one thing that I will say.
Adios.
But he's so nice and he's made some fucking awesome movies. But
that makes sense.
It sucks that he's
that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. It's like this weird effeminate thing that happens when you become a vegan. And I'm sure he's nice, but that's also a byproduct of him being like highly effeminate and like sad and filled to the brim with estrogen, poor bastard. But that being said, he made a show, like a reboot of a cartoon called Masters of the Universe about He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when it came out, it was all about He-Man, right? It was all about He-Man, right? But then all of a sudden, when it came out, it was not about He-Man. It was about like the female character in the show, and then it became only about her. They called it the big old fashioned bait and switch. Well, Scott Pilgrim, apparently, there's a new Scott Pilgrim series, and it's called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, right? And the first episode of the show, Scott Pilgrim leaves forever, and the show is only about Ramona, the female character in the show. That's it. And it's called Scott Pilgrim. But people are defending it, saying, well, it says Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, meaning it's right there in the title. He leaves. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, call it Ramona because it's not Scott Pilgrim, bro. And Scott Pilgrim leaves in the first episode, so everybody's calling it the bait and switch, and everybody's pissed off about it and all this shit. Like, that's like calling a movie Titanic, or Titanic 2, right? And
Titanic.
Titanic,
Too Furious.
Titanic 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, and it's like in the first scene, it's like last time on Titanic, and it shows people sinking and shit. Oh, please never let go, Jack.
I'll never let go, Jack.
Yeah, and then it's just on a farm. It's like, what the fuck? Where's Titanic at? Where's the Titanic 2 at? This is some bullshit. No, you never get it again. By the way, it's just a farm. And I'm like, oh, so you sold it under the idea that it would be about Titanic, and it's actually just about a farm. It's like, that's called bait and switch, and that's what they're doing with Scott Pilgrim. Are you a Scott Pilgrim fan, Zia?
I like the movie. I've only seen it once, but I can't say I'm like a huge. I haven't watched it a bunch. I'm not like, I never read it's based on a graphic novel, right? Like comic.
Right.
Yeah, no. I've just seen the movie once. I did enjoy it though.
Yeah, and there's also some floatingness about an allegory for trans and all that stuff, because it has to be in there, right?
It has some sort of an allegory.
They always have to be in there. They always have to be in there. Let me go back. There we go. Let's see if we can find a thing, because they were talking about this on Hypnotic Show. Here it says Scott Pilgrim Takes Off delivers an all-time great bait and switch. Don't let the first episode fool you. Rip. Oh, how sad. It says right here. It says the end of the episode ends with a different choice, and the show soars from there. It says, why are we doing this now is an understandable question to have when hearing about the new Netflix anime Scott Pilgrim. Well, it's Netflix. You already know it's fucked. Or even throughout most of its first episode. There are lines of visual jokes identical to the ones from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. With the entire star-studded cast of the movie back in the voice roles, it seems like the show is setting up to be a pretty faithful but admittedly stylish retread of the cult classic. The non-spoiler version, the first episode is not at all what the rest of the show is like. It is instead an elaborate bait and switch to set you up for a completely different twist on the Scott Pilgrim story you think you know. It says the spoiler alert version says from episode 2 and on, Scott Pilgrim takes its name quite literally and makes this story about Ramona Flowers, not Scott. The show focuses on her finding closure with her evil exes rather than Scott defeating them all. And that's to its great benefit. Scott was often the least interesting character in his own story. So Polygon, in perfect Polygon fashion, is going to be all like, oh, and Scott Pilgrim takes off, delivers a bait and switch. And this is why it's a good thing, because that's what they all do, right? Like, this is why it's a good thing. Kotaku presents. All the white people are dead. This is why it's a good thing, because that's what they do, right?
They're going to keep doing it. It's going to keep failing. At some point, they have to stop, right? Or no?
No, it's money laundering. Something's
crazy.
going on. Money laundering. Something's going on to where all these companies think they can just come destroy IPs. It's like, oh, even fucking Cleopatra's not safe, and she's been dead forever. There's pictures and statues and things to that nature that show she's a Greek ass white lady, and they're like, no, she got a fro and she's from the Bronx. And I'm like, that's not accurate at all to history, and they don't give a fuck. They're making another one. They're making another Cleopatra thing, and Denzel Washington is in it. And then also that one chick that everybody's obsessed with. What's her name? Zendaya. What is that her name?
Zendaya. Yeah.
He's playing Cleopatra. I'm like, she's black as hell. What are you doing? They're just doing it again. They don't even give a fuck. And I think it's because there's like a shadow organization. There's like a banking system that is pumping money into these studios to push this bullshit to destabilize the West, so they can eventually come and eat our babies and shit.
Oh man,
that's what's happening. That's what I feel like. That's what's going on. I feel like I've cracked the nut here. Ashley, some of my favorite people. What's up, Ashley? How you doing?
Ashley,
how you doing?
She's also some of my favorite people.
Oh,
thank you, Ashley. She's always around. Love Ashley. Thank you so much for your goal, boy. Johan says Scott Pilgrim 2: The Quest to Find Plymouth Rock. What the hell are you talking?
Plymouth.
The Quest to Find Plymouth Rock. Scott Pilgrim. Oh, see, he's a pilgrim. I get it now. Thank you, Johan. Your terrible joke. He's the pilgrim.
I wish I could. I can hear the fuck yeah, Johan, but no one else can hear it.
Rest
I did it
in
though.
peace. Oh,
for you.
Fire PA says the only bait and switch I can think of that worked was Metal Gear Solid 2. Can you think of any others? And a lot of people would argue that they disagree with you, because and I love Metal Gear Solid 2. I think it's fantastic, masterpiece in my opinion. But a lot of people would disagree. They'd be like, "No, fuck him, fuck Ride, and fuck you," you know. So, but I love it. I love Metal Gear Solid 2. It was a bait and switch though, 100%. At least you got the tanker episode, right? But the tanker episode was so short. You go through that bitch in like 5 minutes, right? So, thank you, Fire PA. I love you. Hiller from Kentucky. The greatest meme is Cleopatra changing the battery in the smoke alarms in Egypt. My God. Oh, that show tanked so hard. And I remember the opening scene of that damn show was that old black lady. I don't know if you guys remember this. And she was like, don't let anyone tell you that Cleopatra wasn't black, because she was black or something. Oh, thanks, old black lady. You were all the evidence I needed.
Wasn't she Macedonian? Wasn't that the whole thing? She was like Greek and Macedonian or something. So she was still olive toned, but she wasn't black.
No, not at all. And I'm like, look, black people have done really, really cool things. There's the peanut butter.
I was gonna say, didn't they invent peanut butter? They'll forever go down in history for me.
George Washington Carver, right?
Yes. I owe that man everything. I love peanut butter.
Peanut butter, a certain transistor that's used in a lot of things like throughout the 2000s. That's very, very important. Gangs, which is cool. So there's a lot of things that they came up with, you know, that was very beneficial to society.
Keep naming them. You've named 2.
Bloods,
Yeah, there you go.
Crips, holding the gun where it was cool but inaccurate.
Yes,
Johan
they came up with all that.
said
Yes.
they didn't actually invent peanut butter. Who invented peanut butter?
I thought it was George Washington Carver.
That's what I thought.
Huh.
They didn't invent it. It's fun. He made 300 things from peanuts. That's all he did.
Oh.
He was just the peanut king. I think that's nice. Yeah. And it's really
Aztecs had peanut butter.
it's some bullshit though, but you'll see I don't know what is wrong with Facebook. Facebook is like the trashiest site. But when I was banned on Twitter, I would like scroll through Facebook and there's so many articles that are just sponsored or promoted, and it will be like black inventors, and it's like a list of black inventors, and 100% of the names on the list are inaccurate and they're not actually the inventor of the thing. It's like there was like one, it was like this black man invented the computer, this black woman invented traffic lights, this black man invented telephone, and I'm like, this isn't true, right? So I went and researched like a couple of the names, and all of it's a lie. Like basically,
Wow.
the computer guy invented a transistor that was used on motherboards for a short period of time in computers. I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, yeah, he invented all the computers, all of them. And I'm like,
Dang.
this is some bullshit. And then you go to the comments on Facebook, and every comment's like, I knew that we had more influence. They stole everything from us. And I'm like, what the fuck? Every comment, every single comment. And I look at the like name of the page, and it's like literally like ancestor, like superior kings, and I'm like, and like the picture is just like a black dude with a pharaoh hat on.
We _was _kings.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this shit? It's the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my life. It's so silly. It's so silly. God, it's so silly. I love it. It's entertaining though. I'm like, there are things though. There are things that you can be proud of. You don't need to say Abraham Lincoln was black. Okay. He was obviously a white guy. There's pictures of him. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Abraham Lincoln was obviously black, Cody. That's why our country is so great. Don't you know?
He freed slaves. Even though there's a lot of documentation that he hated black people. It's fun.
I'm
It's
sure.
fun.
He didn't
Yeah.
know any better.
Yeah, it was just a product of his time. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He was
fine.
doing his best.
No, they existed. I watched Django, right? That lawyer guy was white. That was probably true. That was based on something, I'm sure.
It seemed true.
It's true. Oh, Django. What a great movie. I loved the fuck out of that movie. I thought it was awesome.
I still
God.
haven't seen it. That's
Oh
bad?
my god, it's a good movie. It makes you cry and feel things.
Oh, I need to feel things.
Yeah.
I need a good cry. That sounds awesome. I feel like I just feel like I've been feeling just sad, and I'm in the throes of one of the greatest depression episodes I've had in a hot minute. Maybe that's just
But
what I
you
need.
look fantastic, and that's all that
you.
matters.
That's
I
who
was about to
cares?
say that's all that matters. That's who gives a fuck. You look in the mirror, shredded. Who cares?
If I'm depressed, if I get so depressed where I don't have an appetite, like that's actually peak. That's my goal. I'm like, just get me a little sadder so I don't want to eat anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, you definitely should watch Django. They would take so it's basically obviously like based in, Wild West times, slavery and stuff like that. It's like in full swing. And it's fucking brutal. They like throw this like black lady in the hot box. It's like just a freaking metal box they put out in the field in like 100-degree weather.
Damn,
I thought they got her
Damn.
high.
Yeah,
It's
that
crazy.
was.
And Samuel L. Jackson, he's basically like he's a slave, but he's like an older guy, and he like lives in the house, and he's like the personal assistant to like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and he is like the most brutally racist dude against black people.
He didn't want to lose his position.
He's like, what's he doing on that horse?
Yeah.
Get him off that horse right now.
All right, I'm watching.
God, it's great. It's a great movie. It's something so satisfying about all the dudes just getting killed at the end. God, they all get brutally killed. Well, I mean, it's that it's going to happen. It's in history.
I didn't know. Thanks a lot, Cody. I'm stupid. They didn't teach. Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't give us any history learning in Hawaii.
He's
Then
literally
public
Black
schools-
John Wick. He's Black John Wick. What happens in John Wick? Like, but this, it's basically like Tyler Perry loosely wrote it, and then like old Tarantino came in there and just finished it. It's great. It's great.
That's cool. I'm down for
Fantastic
that. All right.
movie. Get on it, doggone it. Yeah, it's very, very good. I hope you enjoy it. May actually watch it. That and Coco. Bosconian in the chat. How you doing, my man?
If I had to pick just one to watch, Django or Coco?
Coco.
Oh, God damn it.
I like
knew you were gonna say that.
Mexicans a
Give
little
me away.
better. I like Mexicans just a little bit better. Yeah.
If I can eat burritos while I watch it, maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, dude. Some freaking chips and salsa.
Cody,
Just-
every time he's so racist. Every time a Mexican comes up, he just goes ba 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 ba. He just does the ba 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 ba.
They do the same shit.
Do they? Do they go ba 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 ba? and
Dude that
do
mows
this
my
every
lawn.
time?
Dude that mows my lawn every time. I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, hey, Julio. And he's like, oh, every time.
Does he wear a sombrero?
No. What are you, racist or something?
Oh
The
my
fuck?
God. Why do
That's
I talk
fucked
to you?
up, man. No, he wears a poncho. Okay. So poncho, you know what those are?
Pancho Villa?
I don't know. It's the thing that goes over you.
Oh,
All of
poncho
them.
when it's raining.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, no. No, there's been interviews of people, and like it's a dude that will be in a sombrero, a fake mustache, and a poncho, and he'll go to a high demographic of like Mexicans and Hispanics, and he'll go over there and be like, does this offend you how I look? And they're like, no. We think it's great. They're like, you look great.
I love that.
And you're like, oh, cool. And then like he goes up to like white women and he's like, is this offensive? And the white women are like, yeah, you're like appropriating the culture of like Hispanic people, and that's really fucked up. You're white. And I'm like, oh, why does it white women get to be the arbiters of all that is racist?
Because
love-
we're in charge.
That's a parent. That is a parent.
Because we have titties. And
Yeah,
we just go
why-
around and we're like, I'm super insulted on behalf of everyone else.
Everybody
Mhm.
wants to
Look at
fuck
my
y'all.
breasts.
Everybody wants to fuck y'all. It's so annoying. God, every race of dudes like puts up like white women. They're like, yep, gods want to fuck them. Except Japanese dudes, they think you're gross.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't isn't it the same for white men? Like every culture wants a white man.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. Even Japanese women, fuck off. What's
Yeah,
up?
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get the Asians too, which is just bullshit. It's unfair. I want the Asians.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like it's either me or a 5'4" tiny guy. What do they want? What do they prefer?
Korean men get very tall. Korean men are super handsome.
And they're like darker.
And
I
they're
know.
smooth. They're like seals.
Yeah.
They're hairless and fashionable.
And when they're buff, they're cool looking buff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Squid Games and I was like, ooh, there's some attractive
Fuck it.
men in this.
Train to
Yeah.
Busan. The one
Yeah,
buff
ooh,
dude in Train to
outfit.
Busan's a badass.
I'll play a
Oh.
Squid Game with that.
Yeah, get that ink all over me, baby.
Yeah,
Ew.
I got an Audi. I got a squid you can play with my Audi.
Oh.
Lips hanging. I'm trying. What is it? Labias. There you go. Yeah, you ever seen those? Look like somebody sneezing and it never goes back.
I have not seen that.
You've
No.
not seen that, bro? This dude, I hung out with a chick once. That shit was dangling. You could like slap it like a speed bag in the gym.
Is that too much dangling?
A little too much.
A little too much. You don't
Look.
want to be able to speed bag it.
If I can swing from that bitch, I don't really want to taste it a little.
Okay.
Oh.
Too much. I don't want to swing from it. That's weird.
Yeah.
Looks like
That's a
chewed
lot.
gum. Yeah, Bosco. Exactly. It looks like somebody put on like a glove with the nails and just punched it for an hour.
Oh
Oh.
boy.
I like it when it looks like the cheeseburger. Like you can take a McDouble on the ad, not the actual McDouble, the one on the ad. You take it and you just turn it sideways. That's what I
Okay.
like.
All right.
A little bit of hanging out, just a little
A
bit.
pickle, a little mayo coming out the side.
No,
That might be a yeast infection.
Ketchup.
might be. Oh God.
Hey, I
Oh.
ruined it.
Yeah, no, the mayo is like ovulation, which is fine. The ketchup, no, thank you.
You don't do period sex, Cody?
No, I do. I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
I wouldn't like munch on it like for lunch.
Oh. Oh, all right. That's
You
fine.
know, unless I was
you were
drunk.
iron deficient.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a vampire's favorite time to go down on a woman.
Oh Jesus, no! It's dude, that froth is, you can't beat the froth. The ovulation. Oh, the froth, bro! It's like an ice cream machine. You know, like the you know what I'm talking. Don't act like you don't know. Stop making weird faces, motherfucker. You know, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Chrissy.
Nope.
You've never like looked.
I've only gone down on like 2 women ever.
No,
so
that's not what I mean. I'm talking about like you're getting railed and you like look down and you see you know what I'm talking about. You don't like watch. It's not a thing you like to look
I'm
at.
waiting till marriage.
What the fuck, Jesus.
Chrissy's like, I've been married for a year. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, no, the
Just a
froth
couple
is the shit.
months. Well, I
Wait,
feel like
you're not
I'm
married yet?
I am.
thought you
I
were
am.
married.
But I'm fucking
Wait,
around.
what the fuck? I'm about to say you guys are fucking with me. You're
I'm
all
married.
fucking with me right now because everybody's getting married and Anna's not married yet, and I'm like, wait a second, who's married and who's not married anymore?
Yeah, Anna's getting married in February.
Yeah,
And then
Keanu.
everyone
and
else is, and yeah, Keanu. Did they
Yeah.
have a date picked?
I think so. I just took her dress shopping. It was so great.
Ah!
She, I think, found the one. And she's getting it from the place where I got my dress because it's like,
Oh, are you serious?
It's the best. It's the best spot.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, the ladies were very helpful. She cried. She put it on and she cried. I was like,
Oh, that's how you know it's the one. If you put it on and you cry, that's the one.
and it was so not what we were expecting. That
Like
I
the style
saw
that
her.
she thought you would go
I
for.
saw her in something very different than what I think she's going to go for.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
you know, out of all the creators getting married, I feel like Chrissy's the one that's locked in. Like, there's no divorce in the future for Chrissy.
No, I'm a
I feel like
ride
you're
or
locked in.
die.
I feel like everybody else is fucked though.
Oh, well, I think that's everyone should do it like me. Spend basically 7 years figuring it out and then go for it.
Yeah, if you were with the person for 7 years and you get married, you know, because at 7 years you get that 7-year itch, and if you didn't get that itch to leave and you still want to marry that person,
Date them past the itch part and then get
The
married.
itch
that's
part.
how you do it. That's actually smart.
Yeah. Man, look. Look, okay. I think I've told Chrissy this before actually. About the whole I feel like Chrissy's locked in. I feel like she's good to go. Because Chrissy's a little weird. Frank's a little weird. It kind of when you get two weird ass people, you know.
Oh, they're perfect for each
Yeah.
other.
I think you're good to go. Laid
Yeah.
back, a little bit emotionally mature, you know.
Yeah, we're not trying to be like perfect template of anything. Like you see people that are like, I'm a perfect trad, whatever, or I'm a perfect right winger, or I'm a perfect whatever. And it's like that's not real. Like
Yeah. No, and then you often find out about those marriages and they're like the Steven Crowder thing. Like they're just these horrible fucking crazy shit going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. I'm very wary of anyone who acts like they're perfect.
Yeah. I feel like that's the issue is there's so much fighting and like fucked up shit happening behind the scenes that no one ever knows about. And you always assume, right? You just assume everybody's happy. It's all great. And then you like meet people and then you talk to people behind the scenes. You're like, wow, everything's terrible. Like for some of these
it's hard. It's really hard. Like you both really have to be constantly getting to know each other and yourselves and communicating. And it's not gonna be perfect. You're both gonna go through shit. You're both gonna like God, we went through like multiple deaths, a pandemic, losing jobs, cancer, like all of the things. So
and now pregnancy. Yeah.
I suggest just go through as much trauma as you can with someone.
Yes.
And then
yes. And be old. That's important. Be old. Like
be
God,
older.
Everybody used to tell me, you got married too early. Yes. Look, I agree. Like, because for men, no. I was prepared to take a bullet and die with this bitch. But women, when they're like 22, 23, 24, and they're like, they're getting into their mid 20s, late 20s, they are like, I got to get the fuck out of here and do something. I got to go experience the thing I haven't. All my friends went and did it. I need to do it. And they will fucking drop everything and go. They will be
that's
gone.
The thing is, you should be able to do the thing you want to do without breaking up with someone.
You
That's how
think.
you know you're with the right person. Like,
You
hey, I
would
really want to go on a surfing trip. Okay, like,
yeah,
you don't have to break up with someone to go do that.
It was never.
Also, oh, go ahead.
It was never about going on a trip. It was about going somewhere alone, living alone, being self-sufficient, and getting fucked by every dude you want to. That's kind of what it was, what I kind of like observed. And, so there wasn't no option for me to be involved in that. Right.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you want to get fucked by other people, that's probably not going to work out so
That
well.
also just sounds like you have a deep need. I want to say I don't know this person, but it's like that to me points to you need a lot of outside like validation. Maybe there's an insecurity, like a lot of different types of dicks is ultimately not going to fulfill you and make you. It's a quick hit. It's like drugs. It's like you feel good for the moment and then it fades and then you got to get another one and then you ultimately end up exactly where you were.
Right. So, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. But what if you've never even experienced the quick hit and you have no idea that's what it's going to be like? Well, so when I got married, my ex-wife had just turned 17. And I was 19, about to turn 20. And then, we got married a couple years later. And she had been with like one guy before that in like high school. So she didn't know about the whole quick hit and like hanging out with people. And it's not as fulfilling as you would think it would be and all that. Because keep in mind, she left and a year later she was married again.
Oh, wow.
With a person that she she met like 2 months. She met 2 months before they got married. So this is like almost a year after she left me.
Are they still married?
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Yeah.
It's just, see, that's the other thing too. I feel like people sometimes take things very personally. Like if their spouse leaves them or their partner leaves them, sometimes you're just not with the right person. Sometimes
going through something that they can't get through. Like they have to get through it by themselves. Like you can't just help someone all the time.
Well, she told me 2 months after she had left, she went to California and stayed for like a couple of weeks, went to another state, was just traveling everywhere. Then she came home and was like working full time, of course, and like, 9 to 5 in it. And she kind of implied and told me that, it was a huge mistake and she shouldn't have done this. And she like, it's not fun at all. She thought it was going to be different and she wants to come home basically. And I was 100% over it at that point. And I was like, no. And then that kind of never.
How much time had gone by?
Like 2 months.
That's
2 or 3 months. Yeah,
that's significant. Yeah,
I think she was like, "Oh, I'm going to do all these things and it's going to fulfill me." And then as soon as she did them, she's like, "Holy shit, I feel terrible now. There's nothing changed. I went home to an empty like apartment and it's quiet."
Yeah.
Right. So, but I think she knew things with me were not going to be a thing. So she, I guess started dating and got married again.
Wow.
But she always would refer to it as like a huge mistake. Like every time I would see her for like a year after that, she was like, that was a big mistake. Oops. And I'm like, yeah, well.
Yeah, you can't oops your way out of that one.
Yeah. It probably made you feel better though.
Yeah, I guess. It never really affected me after like I think after 1 year, I never really thought about it again. And now I never do, unless we get on the subject of marriage and divorce. I'm like, oh yeah, I was married once. I totally I don't even remember being like, it's like I've never been married.
Here's the thing is like, you can get through anything with anyone, but you both have to decide that you are going to be each other's ride or die. Then it really doesn't matter like what the issue or what the problem is.
Yeah. Well, thank God I got over that. And if it wasn't for that, I would have never started YouTube. I've never done any of these things.
Yeah. And you can still find that person. It's nobody's old yet. Even old people. My grandfather died, and my grandma found, I think, her soulmate at 75 years old because she and Mildred and Hank got along swimmingly. They would come to my diving meets, and they started to notice that the officials were also old like them, and they would wear head to toe white outfits. So then Mildred and Hank started coming to the diving meets head to toe white outfits, and then people would confuse them for the officials, and they'd be like, "What?" And they just did it for attention. They just did it because they wanted to be confused for the officials.
Yeah,
that's adorable.
And that's funny.
My grandpa would have never done that shit with her. He was like, or listen to Rush Limbaugh. He was like a very serious dude. So you never know.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Hopefully, yeah, I think that person exists for everybody, but I also don't think it's super necessary to like get the local government involved in it. I feel like that's weird, especially when like on the subject of Christianity. So like get on this subject of Christianity, which is like a Middle Eastern religion. And people were like, well, marriage is based in Christianity and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the fuck does the Alabama's local government of Madison County have to do with the Christian Bible? It's the weirdest shit to me.
The only reason I think that it matters is when you share a life together and maybe you share kids and like having a say in medical issues and shit that happens. What is that picture?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Having a say in medical issues. And that's why I think gay people fought so hard to get married, because it's having those certain rights.
Sure.
I understand people not wanting to get married, but I also understand why people do get married. I think it just makes sense for different couples.
100%. No,
like
I agree. I agree that there's people that do it for a reason. I don't have a reason I would, but I understand why some people do. But people using the, like, saying, oh, well, you know, Christians believe in marriage. I'm like, what is the local government of New Jersey, what does that have to do with the Christian Bible that was written 2,000 years ago in the Middle East? What the fuck is that? None of that is connected at all. It's so silly to me. And they're like, oh, because Christianity. I'm like, you do realize Christianity is like not a Western white people religion. And I feel like people like, it's like Santa. Like people like completely forget the origins of all this shit. It's like that, you know, that has nothing to do with anything, right? And they're like, oh, I just think it's so weird to use that as a thing, like as your what's the word? The catalyst for getting married. It's like, oh, I'm a Christian. It's like,
it's used for a lot of things. It's used for like how people view the world entirely. And it's so funny because people don't realize that other people view the world entirely differently because they're not seeing it through that lens, and they just can't seem to like wrap their heads around that.
Right.
They're like, this thing bad because the Bible says it's, or whatever, my religion says it's bad. Then you have people who are not religious who are like, this means nothing to me.
Now look, understand. Oh god, don't even get me started on flip my goddamn table. No, I want to speak to that. People are saying ancients had marriage. Yeah, sure. I'm talking about like
they had ceremonies. Marriage ceremonies have been around since 100%. Humanity has been around. Yeah.
100%, 100%. What does that have to do with the local government of Madison County signing a marriage law, like being married based on what is that? Why do I have to have the Alabama government notarize my marriage for the Christian faith? That's what I'm saying. None of that means anything to me. It's like, just get married, have a ceremony, say you're husband and wife, and that's the end of it. But it's like, no, you got to get the Alabama government involved, or else Jesus is not. What the fuck is that? None of that makes sense. Anyways, okay, so I noticed the conversation between some people, and I won't say who it is, but people might not even know who these people are anyway. But let's notice conversation on Twitter. And there's nothing that boils my blood more than when there's an intellectual, logical conversation happening, like almost like a debate, if you will. And somebody is using Christianity or any religion, but this example is Christianity, obviously, uses that as explaining a argument. It's like, well, Christians, blah, blah, blah. And the other person's like, I'm not a Christian. So what is your argument based in a secular, and they can't give you one. They just say, well, Jesus says. It's like, no, listen, Jesus is not real in my mind. Therefore, you have to give me an argument that's based in my reality, or else it's not going to work. And they're like, well, sorry, that's what the Bible says. And the Bible, it's like, no, the Bible is not my law. It is your law.
Exactly.
You know, I don't follow the California government. I don't live there. So give me something that applies in my life. And it's like, they just keep going back to it. And I'm like, look, that's bullshit. That's gay as fuck. Don't use your religion to argue your points on a logical debate based in reality, because that's dumb as fuck. Okay, it's dumb. I don't like it. It's gay. Like, you can debate in a good faith manner, but you can't say somebody has to listen to an argument that is based not even in the same reality as yours. Right?
Exactly. And that's a problem. That's why so many people don't see eye to eye, because they're living in two separate realities, and they're just never going to, because there's not that logical argument. They're like, I believe in this invisible man. Well, I don't believe in any invisible man. I believe in a completely different invisible man that you believe in. And I follow this specific set of rules that are completely different from your specific set of rules. It's very interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's strange. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the trans argument you're defending, John. Last name. Wait, elaborate more on that.
John Long last name.
Trans argument, the defending or going against? Because the trans argument is like, my reality exists and it's my truth, and that's not that reality doesn't exist in the other people's lives, which goes parallel with what I'm saying, right? Doesn't really make much sense to me. TJ with a $10 super chat says, if it's always the women that leave, it is always the women that leave. I got sick of being left. So the last one that I did, mother of my daughter, she was it for me. I give it up. I'd rather be alone than deal with that BS. I'm too old for it. Dude, TJ, man, I'm right there with you. Like, look, I'm sure there's good people that exist. But I would rather just not have to deal with it, because it confuses things. It'll fuck up your work. It'll fuck up your drive. It'll fuck up everything you have going on in your life, because somebody else starts feeling weird and insecure. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. If you can find a kick-ass person, be with them, be kick-ass with them. But you don't have to, I guess, get the government involved. Right? I don't know why the government has to be involved. That's always been the weirdest thing to me. So
it's someone said it in the chat, and I see why. It's just about benefits. That's really what it comes down to. You also get tax breaks. It's easier if you buy a house together, if you have kids together. I do think there are reasons to get married, and I understand why people do it. But I understand why some people just don't, because they're like, fuck it, we don't need to.
Sure. I guess it would be from my perspective, right? So like, there would be no benefit to me getting married, right? So that's kind of like the perspective that I would have. Whereas if like John gets married, he makes 32 grand a year, his wife makes 26 grand a year, they get married for some sort of business. Maybe that makes sense, right? But
yeah,
like I could just be here. I'm just here. I'm already here. Like I don't need any like benefits at all to get married. Tax break, what are you gonna give me? Like $3 grand off? Whoa, shit! I'm not gonna sign a paper for $3 grand a year. Fuck that. That's dumb.
There's someone in the chat. This is very funny.
What did they say?
Made me laugh. Where is it? It went fast. It was a girl basically saying that's a weird way to find out that all the people I've dated were women. I think essentially saying all the dudes left her. She's like, wasn't me leaving.
Oh, and I've heard girls that are in that situation. They always got left.
Yeah, I don't think it's a gender thing. I think people love to make stuff a gender thing, again, based on their own experiences, because that's what happened to them. So they're like, well, this is my reality, so this is how it is for everyone. When the reality is that's not how it is at all.
I think if you're an attractive woman, and you admit that you're always the one that gets left, you have bigger problems. Because if you're laid back and you got a juicy slobber pocket and you're hot, you're not going to get left. Sorry. But
that's also not true. Some guys will 100% leave you. Like that doesn't matter how.
Give me an example, Sia, because
oh my god, there are so many examples of like relationship. You would be surprised. There are women out there who'd be like, oh, she's you know how they say, oh, even you find like a woman who's a 10, there's some guy who's sick of fucking her. It's like, yes, there are women who
it's because she sucks.
Are the whole package, and then but things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's behind the scenes. She sucks ass. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Someone could also be going through something, like someone could you know what I mean, death in the family, or something happens, or PTSD, or a vet. A situation where they really should go get therapy but won't, and then they just there's a lot of things that can happen to a person that you know what I mean, like if they decide they go through it by themselves and not with their partner, that's going to damage the relationship.
I need Johan Noxos in the chat to back me up. Where are you at, man? Come on, I need somebody agreeing with me.
No, it doesn't matter like how amazing you are. And even as a guy, like it doesn't matter how great you are, some women are just gonna leave you. That's just how it happens. That's unfortunate.
Right.
That's the unfortunate reality of life, is it doesn't matter how wonderful you are. Not everyone's gonna see it.
Your relationship is like a plant. You have to constantly water, constantly fertilize, constantly take it out and repot it, trim off the dead. You know, some women go, oh, I feel taken for granted. I want to have a glow up without you. And then some guys will just like fucking, oh, I just fucked somebody at work. You know, like it really, things just happen.
I don't want to improve myself, she says. No, like, so what are some of those things that you can use to re-water your relationship?
It sounds gay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, this is for Chrissy, because she just said the thing.
Like communication is number one, and just figure out what you have to do to be really honest about your feelings and your patterns, and talking to your partner in a way that's not going to make them feel defensive or attacked, or but you don't want to treat them with like kid gloves either. You have to be able to like be honest too. It's just, and then there's that number one, and then there's like, there's that whole debate over like, oh, date night, only women like date night. You have to continue, whether it's a date night, whether it's like we're definitely gonna have sex, whatever, however many times a week, whatever it is that you're like replenishing. Like the 5 love language, it's like physical touch, gifts, acts of service, words of affirmation, and quality time. You have to figure out what love language you like to receive love in, and then what you tend to give, and see if that matches up with your person. Because like my dad, he wouldn't talk to us, but he'd spend 2 hours fixing our car, and it's just like everyone's got their strengths and weaknesses. But I think if like, yeah, this person's spending all this money on me, but I don't feel like gifts are not really doing it for me. I just want to like chat or have like a date night, or I just need cuddling or something. It's figuring out like what matches up and what doesn't, and how you can give your person what they need.
That makes sense. So, okay. All right. Let's throw in some hypotheticals here. So the one thing is saying I need to force myself to have sex with you a couple times a week. Doesn't forcing that seem strange? Like if you're not wanting to naturally?
You have to think, if you're like a chick or a guy who's like, why am I not excited about having sex? You have to think about that for yourself. Like, have you never been excited about sex, or is it more recent? Okay, it's more recent. Why is that? Is it stress? Is it because you don't feel beautiful or sexy? Is it because you don't feel like you're not taking time for yourself? You're not like, like for me, if I get to that place, I go, okay, it's like you're not doing the things that get you to a place where you want that. So it's like, maybe I need to buy myself some new laundry. Maybe I need to like take a bath. Maybe I need to like work out more that week. Make sure you're doing everything for yourself to put you into a place where you're able to be present and like be down for that. I'm not saying like you have to have sex whether you feel like it or not, although that is part of getting married in a Catholic church. It's literally like thou shalt put out, which I love. And sometimes
that's amazing.
You have to you may not be 100% feeling like you want to do it, but sometimes you can get into it, like in the process of doing it, because you don't want to like shut down and reject your partner.
Right.
Sometimes you can just get there. You'll get into it.
What would explain why women or men get excited about having sex with other people, but no one else? Not their wife, I mean, or their husband.
It's novelty. It's that being seen. It's that you got to remember to keep complimenting your person, saying, compliments, and like trying to make sure you're not taking them for granted, like seeing them with fresh eyes, which is easier said than done. But everyone needs attention. Everyone likes to feel desired. And it's so easy to like slack on that with a long-term person, because you just get used to them. Yeah.
And so let's say if you're a guy, let's say, because I feel like this is way more rare from the guy's angle. Like, because I mean, you go and dump a load, bro. If you have normal testosterone, you're dumping the loads, bro. For example, me and my ex-wife had sex like every day, our entire marriage. Never faltered. How does a guy fix that? Like, so if a guy is not interested in having sex with his significant other, how does he fix that?
You got to think about why. Is it because, especially if it's a change, if you're like, well, I used to be really into it and now I'm not, it's like, what happened? Did something happen to you in your life? Did someone change? Was there a traumatic event? You got to look at like what happened. And if you've like never been into that person sexually, maybe you weren't a particularly sexual person to begin with, or you got to make sure you're giving yourself everything that puts you in like a good, sexy mood. And that's usually working out, number one, making sure you're, buying and wearing clothes that make you feel good, and like the stuff that makes you look bad, like donate it, get rid of it. Like get rid of your underwear with holes in it. You know what I mean? Like get rid of like your socks with holes in it. Get rid of just about anything with a hole in it.
I think depression also plays a role. Like, are you depressed? Think about that, because that's a whole other thing that can fuck with your libido. There's so many factors,
dude. Even when I'm depressed, like I'm like, I need to empty my balls. Like there's never been a time.
And there's some guys that it's easier to empty your balls than it is to talk about your feelings. Like some people, it's like Just like sometimes you can de-stress by working out like a physical exertion rather than like talking it out. Like everyone's
Yeah.
different. And sometimes like, you know, if you like dance or you got to do something physical, sometimes you can physically work the emotions out of you without necessarily talking about it. Like you got to figure out what works for you and what feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tricky situation. My perspective is so skewed. I've always been the guy that was 100% committed, 100% ready to go, and like, I'm with this person, I'll die for him, bar none. And I always like want to have sex with that person. Always. It's so strange to me that people stop wanting to
But
do
that's
that.
a great
And
quality. Like that's a
It is
great quality
really
to
good
have.
quality.
didn't benefit me before.
Yeah, but you know,
Unfortunately.
here's the thing about, and everyone gets burned, everyone gets heartbroken, everyone gets fucked over. You cannot, not like you don't want to give that person the satisfaction because you might still be on good terms, but don't let the hurt take away that goodness. Like, don't let the hurt be stronger than like your good qualities because then it's almost like, well, that
They
sucks.
won.
You're letting the pain win. You're letting the bad experience define you and be basically like the pain is who you currently are rather than like I'm saying this really poorly, but like
I say what you're
don't be
saying, though.
defined by your worst experiences. And it takes a strong person to stay vulnerable, stay trusting, stay loving, and don't let that person or that situation or that breakup like rob you of that because like then it's a loss for you. It's a loss for whoever the next person is that you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
And that's what's hard for women. Like when women and men too, you get heartbroken, like you get hard inside. You get like a thick skin, you shut down, you get
Yeah.
crusty because you don't want to get hurt again. And it's like, well, now they've turned you into a cunt. You know what I mean? Like that's not fair to do to yourself.
Yeah. Middle-aged single white women. That's all of them. Yeah.
And
They're
men can
all
be cunts
assholes.
too.
They
And then you
can,
see
yes.
men who go MGTOW just because like a girl didn't call them back. And like, oh, they swear off women forever. It's like, well, now you're alone and you can't figure out when to wash your sheets. That's not good either.
I think the thing too that people don't realize is, and everybody's like, oh, dating in this, and everybody says this in every generation, dating in this generation sucks because, and it's whatever reason of why it sucks. And I've heard everyone say this, you know, you talk to older people and they're like, well, you know, in my day, it's always going to suck because think about the number of people there are in the world. You're not going to jive with all of them. Like you're not going to vibe with everyone. That's so rare. So what you're going to find a bunch of people that suck to you because you guys just don't connect. You don't have that connection. Connections aren't necessarily easy to find. So in a way, it's a numbers game. You have to go through a bunch of people you have no connection with to find someone that you do have a connection with. And then you have to think about all of the shit that you cut. Like everybody, so many people have had fucked up childhoods. So you're bringing that those past experiences, and that's how you relate to another person. And that's how you relate to relationships, and it triggers things in you. So you have to work through that together, and you have to have a good enough communication style. Something I think that other people don't realize a lot is love is not enough. It isn't. You can love the fuck out of someone, but if you guys aren't in a healthy place to be in a healthy relationship where you're working on it together, it's never going to work. Doesn't matter how much you love each other.
Just like good sex is not enough. Just like someone being attractive is not enough. Like it has to be like, not like you got to think of it as a job, but it's like it is a active commitment. You're like every day you wake up, you go, okay, now what? Let's get through it. Whatever it is, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you could get in that mindset, because I've been in that mindset, right? I feel like if both of you can get it, both of the people can get in that mindset to where like no matter what the fuck happens, we're gonna fucking battle through it, no matter what. Both people are in that mindset, you're gonna die together. But I feel like it's almost impossible for both people to be in the mindset. If even one is.
It's tough. You really have to find the right person that you, again, like you said, you're both in that mindset. You both connect. You both have shared interests and enjoy being around each other. It's not easy. I understand why people do get jaded and want to blame it's all women, it's all men. That's just not the case. It's hard. Yeah,
there's people out there that will literally like, they're like, oh yeah, I completely agree with you. And then the moment they feel the other way, they're like, oh, I'm fucking out. And you're like, wait, let's work on this. And they're like, nope. And you're like, what the fuck? We said we both agreed. It's like
right.
they're like, no, I
It's
don't want to.
It's not letting a small hurt get out of control. Like, you can't ignore the small hurts, because if you let enough resentment build, then you feel justified in acting out or slipping up or going, well, I already feel this is all built up for me. So, or he did this, so I can do this. You have to like address this shit right away out the gate, whatever it is.
And be willing to swallow your pride too. There have to be times when you have to be willing to let go of your ego and not being right and thinking, you know what, maybe he or she is acting a little bit crazy, but why?
That shit. Ooh, another fucking thing that boils my blood is when your significant other is more concerned with being right about some shit that doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things than to just be peaceful. Bro, I've had to have that conversation before. And I'm like, look, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Let's just fucking like relax and like watch a movie. Like, you know, it's so hard for some people. Like being right, they will throw everything away just to fucking be right. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about the name of the actress in the movie? And we got in an argument over it. Who gives a fuck? And then you thought you were right, and then you ended up not being right, and now you're angry, and then you have to prove that she looks like the actress that you saw in a different film. Who gives a fuck? No one cares.
Wrong. Well, you got to get used to being wrong. I love being wrong. It's fun. It's freeing. It's
it's so easy to just go, oh shit, I fucked up. That's my bad.
Yeah, and then and it goes even deeper. Whereas you'll get in situations where like maybe let's say she's it's a female in this hypothetical, and she's mean, can be really mean and argumentative, and it hurts you as like a man. Like it hurts your feelings a little bit. Like, I care about this person, and they're always so fucking combative over the stupidest shit. And you tell them this, and they get combative over you coming to them about this, even though they're the ones that say they want communication. And you're like, well, I'm communicating how I feel, and they get pissed about
that
it.
happens if you have, and I used to do this. I would not address shit that bothered me with Frank right away, because I would tell myself, oh, it's not a big deal. You're making a big fuss. Don't like, and you kind of shove it down, and then it builds and it builds, and you wait and you wait. And then I would do something, or there's an argument. And he goes, hey, you did this. And then I'd be like, but what about all this? You know? And then it's not the right time. It's like, and finally I learned, like, no, you can't do that. First of all, it's not healthy. It's not good for the health of your relationship. You got to address the shit right when you feel it, right when it happens, so they can do something about it, instead of like build, and then you're like, because you go, well, I have 100 points of resentment, and you just have 10, and how dare you? So that sounds like that was coming from someone's like just you're storing it up, and then when the other person has a problem, it's like, well, fuck you, I have all this problem with you, which is not the right time.
It's like when it comes down to it, some people have to take the L to grow. And that L might be an end of a relationship, right? To be able to get into the next stage of emotional maturity, you have to go through like the fucked up part, and then come out of it and be like, oh, maybe I was wrong at some point. And you have to like be able to look at it retrospectively and be like, maybe I did this and did this, and
and if a relationship ends, unless it's a horribly abusive relationship, the fact is that you both played a part in the relationship ending. No matter if maybe one part was a little bit bigger, like one side was a little bit bigger than the others. Like, there are things that you both did that contributed to the relationship breaking down. It's never completely one-sided. Again, unless there's real legitimate abuse going on. That's a different story on either side, because men totally get abused too. But it's you have to be able to take responsibility and be like, okay, these are the things that I need to improve upon going into my next relationship. Because I don't think that a relationship failing means that it's a failure or you're a failure, even necessarily that it's a failure. It's just one part of your life is done. That thing didn't work out, and now it's time to pivot and move on into a different part of your life. It's just how life is.
Yeah, you live and you learn. The old phrase is.
Yeah.
Speaking of living and learning, Bosco, my man, Red Boy, coming in says, so when she says she wants you to share your feelings, just tell her your feelings are in your balls.
That's funny.
Thank you, Bosco. The feelings are stored in the balls, Bosco. The
Be like,
feelings.
look, I want you to swallow my pride.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes that's the
Yeah.
best medicine is like you getting a tift
Just a brutal fucking.
and then just take your drawers off, bitch.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they're always so sloppy too. And you're like, what, you like this? What the fuck's wrong with you? Why do you like that we had a fight and now you're dripping? What is wrong with you?
Some people thrive. Also, that's another thing. Some people just thrive on not drama. I mean drama, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Being Italian.
That's what it is.
It is controversy.
Passion, emotion.
They
Obstacles.
thrive on oh my
Spicy.
god, this is gonna annoy the shit out of me. They thrive
Energy.
on
Penis.
it's like another word for
Conflict.
drama.
Drama.
Conflict. Yeah, that's a good one.
Conflict. Yeah. They thrive
Yeah.
on conflict.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you, Bosco. I love you. Appreciate you. Johan says, I disagree, Christy. The best protection I have is to stay hard and never show weakness.
No, Johan, you're such a freaking
What are you, a
bright spot in the
boomer?
world.
I mean, he may not end up in a relationship, but he also, I feel like, will end up better off and wealthy, maybe, in my opinion.
Look, that's possible too. Also, I don't think I've seen people throw this around as an insult online all the time. You're just going to end up alone. I think that's fine for some people. I think some people like to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you marrying someone doesn't guarantee that you're not going to die alone anyway. Most of the time, the guy
you
dies
can
first,
Also, be in a relationship and be alone in that relationship,
which is a horrible feeling.
Yeah. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate you. And he also says, I'm with you, F them bitches. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate you. Thank God. Jeezy says the government should have nothing to do with marriage. I also agree with that. Master Video says Chrissy was one of those 2 women. Extra girls. No.
I wish.
Oh, shit. Saul says, Chrissy, you are amazing on F&T as Grace, making fun of everyone. That is the 3rd time this week getting you into Bikini Zia. Great show. Yeah. Bikini Zia is just basically always making an appearance no matter what happens, apparently.
It's fantastic. I love it because clothes are terrible. They're a prison. My boobs are itchy because of this bra. I'm wearing pants. I hate all of this.
Oh, mine are itchy too. It's like
terrible.
right, the underwire is like
Yeah.
digging into my soul.
When I was fat, my bottom of my boobs itched.
Yeah, that's
A
what
lot.
it's like having boobs because they like hang.
Yeah, mine don't hang.
Mhm.
Mine don't like hang. They're like perched. There's no under boob, right? They just come down and go, ha. There is no squish. Thank God.
I'll
Thank
try
God.
something later.
What are you gonna do?
I want to see if I can, because now that I have boobs, I've never tried to do this. Because when I didn't have boobs,
Put
I couldn't do
a
anything.
lip gloss under your boob.
Yep.
Put things
See if it
under
holds
there
it.
like a pencil or something.
The pencil test. That's exactly. I love that Chrissy immediately knew. She's like, yeah, the pencil test.
There's
Awesome.
crumbs
Well,
in here.
I should probably figure out how to make my sound come out and I can hear it. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you gonna do Nick and Snick if you can't hear the music?
I might be able to do it in the old style I used to do it. Maybe I could do it in the old style where I used to pull it up on the browser on StreamYard and play it on StreamYard. Because I have it on my soundboard. It's just I don't have a mic monitor in right now. Because I totally didn't think about that because I'm stupid. Which means I'm gonna put a monitor in from now on. But I think I had an audio issue before. Which was really, dude, it's been driving me crazy for a long time. When I speak and somebody else is speaking on the podcast, it distorts and quiets my audio, and I hate it. And I think it's because I had my input and output going through my interface. So now I have only input in, which I think makes it where that doesn't happen. If that is still happening in the chat, please let me know so I can change that bullshit back. But I think it should be fine. But I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. Nick said he might join for Naked Snake. Nick Ricardo.
What? He's gonna make it for Nick and Snick?
He might. It was 20 minutes ago, so I don't know if he's going to, but I'm going to see if I can figure this out. And if he happens to join, then he happens to join. We did, by the way. Thank you, by the way, Chrissy, for staying the whole time. I didn't know if you were going to stay the whole time. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a friend and a confidant. But if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew. Well, you would. Oh God, I forget the last part.
You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
a friend.
Yeah, old people. Fucking
That
old.
show was fucking awesome.
It's
Great.
the greatest show.
Old bitches. Love old
Loved
bitches.
it.
Love old
Loved it.
bitches. They're
See,
great.
that doesn't seem like such a bad fate. Being a bunch of old, whether it's men or women, saucy men or women living in a house together, they're all single. They're having a fucking great time.
Sounds good.
Eating cheesecake in the middle of the night all the time. I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
Dude, fuck, I eat cheesecake right now if I could, if I wasn't on diet.
No,
No,
you're on a cut.
I think that 30 to 55, 58 women, nightmare. Everything after and before, pretty cool. That middle ground. When old ladies get white and old, they're great. Fuck them.
Yeah.
They're great. They're
You
awesome.
say when they get white?
Yeah. You
Wait,
get whiter when you get older. You ever seen an old
Oh, you
white
mean your
lady?
hair?
She's like the color of paper. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, I see. Oh God, then I'm gonna be see-through. Jesus Christ.
You're gonna have all them veins. I can see all your veins.
Oh, when I was first born, so my grandpa, I called him my Bampa. He was super dark. He was very, because I couldn't say grandpa. So
What is
I
that?
called him
Was that a
Bampa.
Hawaiian thing?
No, I just couldn't say
Aw.
grandpa, so I called him Bampa, and it just stuck. So he was my Bampa Terry for like ever. But he's like
Bampa.
super, super dark. And when I was first born, he thought that there was something wrong with me because you could see all my veins because I was such a fucking white baby. And my grandma was like, "No, honey, that's just how white babies look." Because he
Aw.
was like, "Is she dying?"
She's not okay. Aw.
Oh, so bad.
Nick
He was
texted
the
me
best.
again and said he's about to join. Okay, for Naked Snake. Looks like Nick might be doing it.
Wait, I'm gonna change then and put my big t-shirt on.
Oh, do it.
BRB.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, do that. He said 5 minutes. I'm coming. All right, cool. He asked if we're doing Fight Milk. No, just missed it.
That will depend on whether or not he comes.
That's what she said. Yeah, we were 200 from Fight Milk. We got pretty close though. Thank you, Bosco, again. Thank you everybody that supports your boy. I don't deserve that shit, but unbelievable. There was like an unfathomable amount of red boys today.
Good job.
Boom. Like Billy Hatcher, Yo Han, my boy. Nick Ricada had like 4 orange boys by himself. Matthew Fortune, Slosher, David Chanlow, and don't forget Bosco. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are goated as hell. Thank you. Saturday shows are always big. Monday, I have Adam Krigler on.
Ooh.
Monday's Adam Krigler. I don't know about Wednesday. I don't remember. I had to look. Maybe I should. I might get Mike Klum, the guy that did the Boogie documentary. I talked to him the other day. Next Saturday is Alex Stein.
Nice.
And then the Monday after that is going to be Mint, the autistic boobs lady.
Oh, she's fun.
Yeah, she's funny. I met her in real life, and she's so funny. Like,
She's a delight. I enjoy her.
yeah, like I popped into a stream that she was on, and I was like, "Hey guys," and she literally was like, "Hey Camelot, remember that time I held ibuprofen for you all day, and it was very, very uncomfortable, and then you came and got it, and I gave it to you," and I'm like, "Okay, now you're all right. Okay, you're definitely autistic. It's fine."
Never forget.
All right, yeah, that happened one time. I remember. All right, yeah, Nick, he said he's sitting down at his desk right now. Awesome. Make sure you do me a favor, boys. Lock the show. We're so close, bro. We're so close. Yes, I'm gonna have a Captain Chokeout on for sure. Lock the show. We're already about to hit 600. The goal for Saturday should be 700. I probably should say that. I haven't said that. It's very, very important. I don't think you guys understand. It's very important. Don't forget the replay for the open bar. I was on the open bar with Critical Drinker a few days ago. Make sure you go look at his other channel after hours. It should be posted by now, I think. I need to look the replay for that. It was a great show. I had a lot of fun. Where is it? He has not posted the replay yet. Cool. All right, cool. So that'll be coming out on his alt channel pretty soon. Isaac Desmoro. Yeah, that's happening. That's the 29th of November. I'm not going to announce it overtly yet. I don't want to get ruined. Ray Knott says, by the way, great time playing Party Animals with you with a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you so much, my friend. It was awesome with you and Adam. He also says, what's up, you beautiful people, with a $25 Rumble rant. Rumble's been killing it, boys. Been killing it with Rumble. Thank you so much, boys. And speaking of Rumble, this motherfucker's already naked. I see him. Look at him.
Ooh.
Look at him. He's already naked.
What kind of bitch are you?
Look at this man. Look at him already being naked. What a bitch.
Look at that.
Stream how you live.
How you doing, Nick? Welcome back.
Oh, I'm terrific. How are you?
Good, good. Well, we're about to do Naked Snake. Zia has her giant shirt on. It's adorable. And I'm going to see if this works, and hopefully it does. And then we'll go from there. Let's see. Where is present, share screen, Snakey, and then go back to StreamYard, and then go back to this? What the fuck? No.
Yeah, that's the one we want right there.
Hey, we're back. Look at that. How beautiful. Awesome. So, and then this should play the audio, right? Right? Am I crazy?
I mean, I would think so.
Tell me. Oh, I can't even hear it. God.
You are such a bitch.
Listen, this is slightly different than what I'm used to. Hold on. Let's see about this. What about this? No, that's not right. I'm boomering like Gary from FNP.
I come back and Nick is already naked.
He's naked.
All
His
the time.
naked Nick.
He's naked.
Okay,
Gotta
so
be
you guys
naked.
can hear it. Yeah.
You were naked before you
Okay,
started, weren't
Let's
you?
see if the chat can hear it, then we're golden. Can you hear it, chat? Sorry.
You had it.
Can you hear it, chat? I just want to make sure before I start this. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. You got this. Yes? Oh, thank you, Jesus. All right, cool. I saved it. I had to do some boomering because I don't have my mic monitoring. What the hell are you doing, Zia?
I'm just trying to figure out if I have a hernia or not.
So look, I can floss. No, not on stream. I don't want to get banned. Fuck. You don't want to see me floss? No, I don't.
Is that not what
Yeah, I'm
we're
about to
doing?
do that next in my phone. It's fine.
Please, for the love of God. All right. Here we go. It's time for Naked Snake for 235 streams in a row.
Holy
I
shit.
didn't know you could count that high.
Ooh.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's hard. Sometimes I lose count. 235 in a row, boys. Unbelievable. That's over 2 years. It has been the last time we did not hit Naked Snake. It was 2021.
Whoa.
It is 2023.
Shit.
Thank you guys so
Guys,
much.
best.
I love you. I appreciate you. It's time for Naked Snake. Let's do this bullshit once and for all, and then call it a night. Let's go. Here we go. Let's see if we keep viewers. Usually when I do it with Zia, the viewers go up. When I do it by myself, it goes down fast.
I just don't understand.
What do you mean? All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
It's time, boys.
I was born ready.
Here
I was
we
born
go.
naked.
It's that time again, boys.
You were born naked.
Let's
Real
go. 235 in a row. No, Chrissy's not doing it. She's just watching. He gets to watch the degeneracy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let me get my headband on. Nick's already naked, so it's fine. He can just jiggle a little. Look at Joe Ball in the chat. What's up, buddy? Here we go.
Joe
235
Ball
in
needs
a
to get
row.
in here being naked. Death. More like tits.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Here we go, boys.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Here we go.
What a feel
we go.
in my heart, but you're so supreme.
What am I doing? We got Jesus joining us. Snake.
Somebody sent this to me.
And the Virgin Mary.
Ooh. There been nobody else. Come on, Chad. Hit that like button for all the nakedness. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm still in a dream. Unbelievable. Here you go. Let's start. Ready?
Someday we'll go
Go.
rain. Someday you feel on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Amazing. Can you guys believe it? appreciate you guys so much for the 235th Naked Snake in a row. We made it easy, and the viewership didn't even drop. Look, thank God for Zia.
Easy squeezy boob. Wait, easy peasy booby squeezy.
Is that a larger
we
size,
go.
Chrissy, than your normal?
No, it's just I'm wearing one over.
Nice. Well played, Madonna.
Yes.
It's like the 1920s.
Oh, it doesn't even.
I'm getting the vapors, Chrissy.
Are you trying to put a bra over a bra?
Yeah.
Very sexy. I like it.
Mr. Beauregard, I do
Never
believe
be.
you're giving me the vapors.
Never be too safe.
Thank you guys.
There you go.
Amazing. Thank you. I'll set something up with you, Joe Ball, in the next couple of days for what we talked about. Gonna be sweet. Thank you guys so much. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Love you. I appreciate you. Huge show. CHRISSIE MAYR, number 7. A lot of fun conversations. Here we go. Amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you, Fan with No Name. I just start calling the show Simpcast. The Simpcast, they don't even get naked. I'm naked. And Zia. Although it would be beneficial, probably. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You
We
have to
don't
run
make
it on a
enough
different
money.
platform.
We don't make enough money to get naked on Simpcast.
Let me change this. See what happens when I change a button over here. Where'd it go?
Cover it up.
Roadcast? Let's talk.
What are you doing?
Wow, this is so much louder. I don't even know how this works. I'm like changing the thing, and I'm changing
Why are you
the
bad at this?
because
You've done this 240
Listen.
fucking times in a row.
listen. All right, I took my mic monitor out because I thought that I could never fix this weird distortion when people talk and I talk. It distorts my voice, and I thought maybe it's because my output and input are going through the same thing.
Oh,
So
no, that's StreamYard, homie.
is it StreamYard that does that shit?
Yeah, StreamYard has this shitty post-processing AI audio bullshit where it tries to figure out who should be prioritized or what sound should be prioritized. It always picks someone talking over something playing in the background, or if two people talk at once, it tries to pick which one it thinks is smarter, which is never you.
Damn. Damn. That's sad. Well, makes
No,
sense
it's-
now.
Yeah, it's shitty that it does it, but I don't know, man.
It's bastards.
I think I'm going to get to beta test the Rumble the Rumble version of StreamYard like real soon. So
Oh yeah. I saw that. Yeah, dude. It's
I'll
gonna
let
be
you know how it
awesome.
is because I'm hoping they're not gay.
I hope
Just
so
give us
too.
control over the audio. Like
I
just
think-
give us control.
I think Raken Knott,
Yeah.
my buddy Raken, I played with him and Adam Krigler, Party Animals, on his show. And I think he said he used the new Rumble thing and said it was great. So,
Yeah.
there's that. Alan Reese says, can we have a close shot of Chrissy's beautiful eyes? Chrissy, did Anna at Star Wars Girl paint your eyes?
I submitted my eyes to be painted. I
Same.
don't know if you got to me yet.
Yeah, that's one thing about Chrissy. Her eyes are nice. If you could pluck her
Oh.
eyes out and put them on like fucking like Keira Knightley, whew,
I was gonna say, why are you taking her eyes out?
because
Can't you just leave them where they
I
are?
can take one out. One's
Yeah.
glass.
that'd be fucked up, wouldn't it?
No.
That'd be wild.
The guy in
I'd
my
be
class
so
had a,
fucking horny if you did that.
Ew.
That's just
Damn.
another hole to Nick.
oh fuck.
It's just an eye hole.
She stole it from
Suddenly,
me. I
of
was
course, I'm gotten more entertaining.
I was gonna say that.
some.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say the joke and Zia took it from me.
Cody, we're too similar. It's
How could
messed
you?
up.
How could you do this?
We're too similar. This is what happens.
I was so excited to say the joke, and then you
Similar.
took it from me. Thank you, Alan Race. I love you. Last one. Nope, that's not the last one. Actually, I'm stupid. Psycho Crusher says, sorry, Nick, but your tiny shoulders kill the sex appeal.
He only
Trying to
likes
learn
broad-shouldered women. Very bad.
Oh.
Ooh, that's me.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that
Messed
beautiful
up.
shoulders.
Messed
Thank you,
up.
Psycho.
You're like, oh, Zia's shoulders are wider than yours. I'm like, yeah. And
Thank you. I've been working really hard on them.
like, I
Aw.
give a shit.
Shit. Thank you, Psycho Crusher. I love you. I appreciate you. Ashley says, Chrissy and Zia look beautiful tonight. Love when you have these ladies on. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Appreciate
Oh,
you, Ashley.
By the way, Psycho Crusher, when you pay the fee and we get to actually hook up because I'm a whore, I'll make sure and do a lot of lap pulls and shit. So I have broader shoulders for you. So, you know, I don't want to spoil the illusion.
Broader shoulders, lap pulls. Pick one. Hold on.
You're
Let's,
perfect the way you are.
I don't know how, clearly, Camelot, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I just say stuff.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Now I'm like, if you want shoulders, you got to do some delt raises, baby.
No, I don't do that.
Boom.
That's too much work.
Boom. Boom.
Military
doing that?
presses.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
You guys do know I lifted a fat cheerleader and tore up my shoulder, and it still hurts.
Ah,
It
that's a
still
good. Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot about
That
that.
explains why you hate fat people so much, Nick.
Oh, I've hated them for longer than that. It was 20 fucking years ago, and this shoulder still don't work right.
Did you tear your rotator cuff and then just never fix it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That girl was 240 pounds easy.
Oh my god.
damn.
And
That's
I got
brutal.
here and I went, oh fuck. And I put her down and I was like, I'm done. Thank you. Whore.
So you keep.
I wasn't calling the fat girl a
Terrible.
whore, to be fair. The fat girl was super sweet. I was calling our the coach of the fucking cheerleading team a whore because she's like, everybody gets to try. I'm like, she outweighs me. She
Yeah.
outweighs me by 80 pounds minimum. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's dangerous for me to pick this girl up. If she falls, she'll land in China. And she's like, you'll try. Like, I'll try. I'm going to fail.
if she did.
And then,
Okay.
ow.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I know it's late as fuck for a lot of you guys. We're gonna raid Good Logic. We're gonna raid Good Logic tonight. I looked for you again, Billy Hatcher. It's not pulling you up. I even put your URL in. I don't know why, unless you're not live. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate all the guests as usual. Zia, the co-host, CHRISSIE, MAYR, of course, and Nick Ricada. Thank you. Is
Late
it
and gay.
y'all want to shout out at all, CHRISSIE?
Ooh, yes. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm like 11,000 away from 100,000, and I want to
Oh,
get a little
wow.
plaque so I can feel
Hell
good about
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, the flag.
Yes, and if you're in the Tampa area, I'll be at the Side Splitters in Tampa December 3rd, and then I'll be at the Mic Drop in San Diego January 5th and 6th, and then we got Simpcast tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel.
Nice. What about you, Zia? You got the same shows. You got anybody coming on soon?
I just had Cecil on Unqualified Experts on Thursday. That was a
Great.
lot of fun.
Awesome.
That was a
Cecil's
great
hilarious.
fucking show,
Dude.
guys. Go
He-
watch that show. Seriously, go watch it back. It was funny as shit.
Yeah,
That's because Cecil was there and he put a bikini on.
yeah.
I was
Bro,
dying.
Every time he gets on the subject of fucking Down syndrome, it's the greatest shit.
Dude, I was laughing so fucking hard.
Dude, I'm gonna find a Down syndrome dude for you and Cecil to tag team because it is becoming a theme, man.
I am just like, I'm realizing I have a lot in common with Down syndrome people. And when you're talking about all we talked about this earlier, but like literally all the things that would be fun for them. I was like, when you're talking about fun,
Like everything.
yeah, I want to do that.
Let's go watch the stars.
My
But yeah.
God.
I don't know who I have next week. I do need to get someone for next week, which means I need to get on top of that.
It
But
never-
basically,
It never stops, Zia. It doesn't.
What?
It sucks.
No, it never
It never
stops.
stops.
and then like if someone cancels, then you have to just do a solo show, and then you like want to ask them again, but you're like, did they cancel because they didn't want to do it? And then they didn't say
Oh.
anything, and then it's like, do I ask them again? But yeah, so I'll figure it out though. But my YouTube channel is Zealand, XIALAND. Tomorrow night is the snack stream. I've got a bunch of new stuff to try. So that'll be really fun. And then Monday with X-Ray Girl, we're going to review Doctor Who and Torchwood. We're now doing both at the same time, which has been
Nice.
a lot of fun. Yeah. And then see you next Tuesday, also at 8 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Wait, I think 3 of people on this stream are absolute bitches when it comes to booking guests because I see CHRISSIE run Simpcast all the time. She's always got 27 people on there.
CHRISSIE is an
Yeah, but then
expert
fights
booker.
break out, and then I lose friends, so it's
Oh,
not
I've-
always worth it.
I've never had that happen on my show, CHRISSIE. Fights never break out on Ricada Law.
Bastards. Oh my gosh. What about you, Nick? What do you,
You
got
guys, if you want to follow me, look, you're probably one of the Downs people that Camelot wants to bang. But come do it. Ricada Law on every platform that I care about, which means YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, locals, and I suppose Rumble. Yeah, Rumble. Rumble's my main squeeze right now. I mentioned it last. But yeah, get over there. Get on it. I'm closing in on 155K on Rumble. And I talked to them earlier. They said, yeah, we're looking at what happens next year because my contract's up in January and I got renegotiations coming up. So looking forward to more business with a good company and changing a couple things that I think are a little outdated on the contract and making overall the show a little bit better. but more Rumble focused and less YouTube cucked. So looking forward to that. So come follow me.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, you can click subscribe, or you can just follow me like around alleys and around like the neighborhood and shit. Fine.
Oh,
I don't mind.
cool. I don't have to keep sneaking around. Great.
No, just be like, hey, just shine the flashlight at me so I can't see who you are.
Oh,
Exactly.
fantastic. All right.
Yeah. No, it's
I
good.
put Nick's link to his Rumble in the chat. Dude, that's what I want. I want some of that Rumble. Fucking Rumble. Man, I'm almost to 30K on Rumble. And I'm just all alone up there.
Well, maybe if I head down, I'll let you know when.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. I love you and I appreciate you. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way out and make sure to follow all these beautiful people. Chrissy's eyes, Zia for her body, and Nick for his nose.
What about my body?
Yeah.
You've
It's
dedicated your body to a baby, Chrissy.
I've given it up to science.
It's over.
None of us get to appreciate you. Baby gets to appreciate all you.
Oh wow.
That's not true. I appreciate the boobs.
I do
Yeah,
like
those
that.
Baby has gifted boobs.
Those are
As
gonna
long
pump
as
up-
he's healthy and racist, nothing else matters.
those are
just,
gonna
just have him hang out around Uncle Nick. You'll have that covered.
Wait, what? Nick just doesn't like anybody darker than him. That's all.
Yeah, that's
every
what I'm
time I
saying.
say anything, I'm like, God damn, maybe I am racist. Every fucking time. Like,
Hell yeah.
oh.
We'll see you guys at Good Logic's channel. Give them some love. Say Cam Raid in the chat. I'll see you guys next time. Get the hell on it, dog on it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
I love you guys.